hello. And now you can hear me. Hello, hello. How's it going? I'm invisible. There we go. Hello. Welcome. How's it going? Plague Doctor first. Close enough. Welcome. Lil Deb. Hello, hello. Welcome. How is everyone doing this fine day? Oh, wait, hold on, wait. We need snow. A little bit up at the top. Perfect. Look how festive we are. Summon. What are you trying to summon in here? trying to summon demons in my chat? We won't be having any of that. But we do have an update on the bayonet. This is a bayonet. That is exactly what that is. I guess before I start, we should introduce the guns. What am I doing? Goodness sakes. We got to introduce the guns. So, we have got, from top to bottom, the Beretta Neos, our space gun, which is very neat, also judiciously ejects that magazine. So we have the Beretta space gun with the retro sci-fi sight on it. See, can we see that on stream? Oh, there it is. There's the dot. You saw Glock concealed blade? the Glock 17L 3D printed switchblade is pretty cool. I I want one. Not bad enough to like 3D print one myself. Maybe maybe bad enough to 3D print one myself. But then I'd have to go all the extra stuff, and that just costs money. But next up, we've got the Springfield VHS, or the Hellion, as the import is called. Gross. And on that, we do have the bayonet. Very chonky bayonet. Very cool bayonet. You just got your third 3D printer. Are you starting a 3D printing business? And then last we have the Steyr A2. This is the medium length version. There's a longer barrel and a shorter barrel version. This is the middle size one. And it does have these very, very strange, interesting sights that are triangles, or trapezoid sights, as they call them. Very cool, very neat little gun. We got some sci-fi looking guns out today. The future looking guns. And speaking of 3D printers, I need to use mine more. You're watching Staying Warm with your electric blanket. Very nice. It sounds very cozy. I'm keeping myself warm with willpower. Yeah, so got our future guns, futury looking guns out today. Not all of them, obviously, because I don't have enough desk space for everything. It's Friday in Viewping, I believe. That's Saturday, right? I'm not. Yes, Saturday. Saturday. Was it Friday last week? Very possible. It was Saturday last week. Yeah, so View Chat's probably going to be Saturdays. Because Saturdays is when View Chat has their weekly events with special guests. So I don't know who it's going to be this year. Not that I never knew. I saw and then promptly forgot because the information slid right off my smooth brain. And why is there no music? How long has there been no music? Steyr M9. Yes, the Steyr is very cool. I am a big fan. So the Steyr, for those who do not know. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing lifting this up? We can zoom in. The Steyr, for those who are not familiar, low bore action pistol. This one, like all guns on stream, is not loaded. So yeah, very low bore axis. So you've got not quite as small of a slide as on a CZ or something, so it is a little easier to grab. But you've got your grip that comes very high up on there. So it's very nice to shoot, very fun to shoot. The sights on there being those strange trapezoid sights. There is a learning curve. I will be honest. I do like them, don't get me wrong. I haven't changed them out. They're different and interesting. CZ75 slide is hilariously small. It is. I would never recommend the CZ75 to someone who had any trouble at all with any slide on a handgun. It's so small and hard to grab a hold of. This one is smaller than like a Glock or something, but it's very easily manageable. Oh, the feds took a VP70 from the armory. No. But yes, very cool gun. At some point I need to take this gun to like a USPSA competition or something. Not because I expect to do well with it, because I'll be honest, I don't get out and shoot as often as I should. Because that costs money that I could be spending on buying more guns. But if I ever do take this to some kind of competition, I'll probably try to video it and then like, I don't know, go over the stages on stream, if that would be interesting to anybody. I might do it just because it's interesting to me. Ooh, Plague Doctor, the Boberg. The Boberg 45. I've actually been needing to get one of those for a while. And I need a companion to go with my Boberg 9. Oh, why don't we have the Boberg out? We've got the futuristic guns out. Goodness sakes. How could we not? You wish there were competitions near you? I mean, you can always start your own competition. I mean, if there's no competitions around you, I would assume you're not by a populous area. So you could just, get some friends together, go set up a few stages, compete amongst yourselves. Why spend money on the range when you can buy more guns? Exactly. Exactly. all the money that you spend on ammo, it goes away. Right? The ammo just disappears. But the guns, they don't. So, like, you can spend money on ammo. That's just basically like burning money. Because it's all gone. But if you spend the money on a gun, that's where it's at. Yeah, so I guess it is nearing the end of the year. I'm gonna try to next year actually get out and shoot guns some more, theoretically. And then if we ever do competitions, then maybe video them. Don't expect like god tier performance, because I am more of a gun collector slash hoarder than I am a professional shooter. Although I expect I am much more proficient than many people. So I also expect to be taking strange guns to competitions. Ammo is directly converted into fun, though. Yeah, but so are guns, right? I have so much fun with my guns without ammo. Not in like a weird way. Although I have been testing the cuddle ability of guns slowly, one at a time. Uh, so I can eventually rate all of my guns based on cuddle ability. And so far, what I've discovered is guns that are too small, like handguns and stuff, not great for cuddling, just because they're too small. It's like cuddling a Beanie Baby or something. Like, yeah, it's cute and nice, but like it's not like cuddling, right? Like there's a nice like midpoint. It's like kind of like PDW size is like the perfect cuddling size from what I've discovered so far. I have not tested the cuddleability of this one yet. Maybe I'll test the cuddleability of the VHS next. This is a scientific process. You totally do a late 50s PLA LARP for competition. If someone invited me out to shoot like a friend's competition out on like someone's land, man, I'd show up. I'd drop everything and show up. I've been playing Nikke too much. What? No, I have never played Nikke. First of all. Second of all, this isn't the first time we've talked about the cuddleability of guns. Like the problem is the two guns I think would be the most cuddleable are the P90 and the F2000 or the FS2000. I don't have either of those yet, so I can't test the cuddleability of those specifically. But I can test the stuff I have. Maybe maybe we should slowly fill out a tier list. Make a Twitter or X like tier list, just like add one every now and then. like a post series. FN making bad firearms on purpose for cuddle maxing? Exactly. Except I don't think they're bad. I've never shot one. I think they're fun though. The idea is small, not too small, and all the curves make sense to you? Yeah. So, personally, my favorite, the best cuddling gun so far. Best cuddling gun so far has been the 635, actually. Which, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of body to it, but like all of the features it has are in like just the right spot. So like it fits just perfectly. Check out Day at the Range with Unsub. Oh yeah, they do that at they do that at oh Demolition Ranch's Ranch. I don't remember what it's called, right? I see content creators posting stuff about that every time it happens. Maybe, maybe, maybe. That would be cool though, especially since they don't seem to like gatekeep too much based on the size of channel. And I'm a very small channel at the moment, so, so maybe, especially if I start making like real YouTube content, like I've been planning to for months, but haven't gotten to it yet. It would be a really cool event to live stream, although probably very difficult, because I think that's like out in the middle of just absolutely nowhere. And I don't have an IRL streaming rig, because those cost thousands of dollars. Yeah, I don't know if it's an invite only event or if you can like ask to go. Just questions I don't know. You know, you gotta know your guns. I personally am going the extra step to know my guns intimately, uh, by which one is the most cuddleable. Not intimately in a weird way, like an intimate friend, you know. We're not doing anything like way too sus with the guns. Only second base, maybe third. Gotta cuddle your homies, exactly. I don't know what second and third base are. I'm gonna be completely honest. I see the shirts that are like, I got to second base with the TSA screener. But I don't actually know what second base is. The internet knows. Columbia University. Columbia University has an article about this. First base. Kissing. Okay, well, we skipped that base. Second base. Above the waist touching. Third base. Below the waist touching. And we all know what a home run is. Interesting. Interesting. Your GET hasn't reached your FFL yet? Me neither. USPS lost it. Two of them. but they found one of them. Because as long as your tracking number still is showing something, you'll be okay. Belt up, second base. I mean, if you're cleaning your gun, right? Like that would clearly be like third base. At least. Pet gun. Which gun are we petting? I need to. I do need to make a. Pet the bayonet. There you go. You just want me to pet the long, hard part sticking off the gun? Is that what this is? Is that what's happening here? And I do need to. I've been meaning to, and I keep forgetting. So I'm just gonna do it on stream. Put a text on those redeems so that we can actually put in what gun it is. third base with the bayonet. I hate it. I hate it here. There we go. Now you should be able to enter text. For both the gun ASMR and the pet gun. There we go. There we go. What? I just I just want to know, what have I done in life that I am now talking on the internet about which base I have gotten to with a gun? I just at what point? Where did it all go wrong? No one will ever know. Yeah, I do think because it would entertain me. I'm gonna post a growing tier list on X, on Twitter, of how cuddleable guns are as I test them all out. And I can let you guys in on my scientific process for testing this, right? So how we test this is and there's nothing like sus here. Just to be clear. Just maybe a little odd. And that's okay. So what we do is, right, like I'm sitting here in my fancy gaming chair, of course. So sitting here in my fancy gaming chair, I take a gun and I put it so it is also sitting on the chair with me, like if it's a rifle or shotgun, with the butt of the gun right next to me, right here on the chair. And then it's up, like in the crook of my shoulder, like leaning against me. And then I just like do stuff on my computer, you know? Maybe do some gaming, some whatever. while I have the gun here on the chair with me, cuddling. The more I explain, the weirder it sounds, and I don't like that. But this is the scientific process. And this is for the betterment of mankind. It's enhancing science for the progress of humanity. that's how I'm testing it out. It's not sus. It's not weird. It's just holding a gun. It's just holding a gun. It gets weird when you call it cuddling, which isn't entirely wrong. But it's weird when you say it. Okay, hold on. Wait. I entire change of topic. But YouTube, right? On YouTube we've got the VOD archive, which mostly just an archive so that streams aren't lost. Because I mean, we'd hate to lose streams. I think they only kept for like 2 weeks on Twitch, so they're preserved in the VOD archive. And there's a couple people who watch the streams there. Obviously, they're not live, so you don't get the interaction. But we've got my archive here. Exclamation point archive. If you'd like to follow the archive. But you know, usually they get like, you know, 9, 4, 6, 23 views. It's pretty normal. It's whatever. You get to watch the gun rating VOD because of it? Very nice, very nice. I am glad. Yeah, so gun rating VOD, basically anything that's not against YouTube TOS is gonna be here. So basically anything except like gun building. Except the one video that has the thumbnail of the ex-countess, large and obvious there. 156 views, surrounded by 23, 6, 5. There's a 1 view there. Apparently no one wants to watch that one. 18. 156. maybe we need to use the ex-countess more often. Get that the clickbait ability. Maybe, perhaps, mayhaps. Right, but there was.
If you don't know.
Oh, shush. I don't know yet. There were some videos that I wanted to watch on stream a couple of streams ago. But my computer was actually dying, wouldn't let me actually watch any videos. So we're gonna watch them now. We're gonna be React Andy streamers. Buckle your seatbelts. So here's the first video.
If you don't know, I'm a gamer, which means I love guns in video games. This one's gritty and realistic, this one's edgy
Punch
and
Showdown,
cool,
let's go.
and this one looks like a comic book when you shoot. But my love for guns in video games doesn't really translate to real life. I mean, when it comes to guns in real life, 1, they're scary, 2, they might explode in your face, and 3, it's a whole...
Okay, I'm not entirely convinced on the explode in your face, unless if you got like the Serbu single shot, or like an old beat up surplus, or one of the first Glock 44s. Okay, well maybe okay, maybe there's some.
Weapon and super dangerous. But I live in the grand old country of the USA and Texas, which means that people really like guns.
You go
like
AK.
A lot to where
Century manufactured AK. Did I figure out what caused video problems, or just magically fix itself? I restarted my computer, everything worked fine. There was also a Windows update, so that may have been something to do with it. I wouldn't think that it would, but you know, maybe.
they outnumber people living in this country. So whenever I was asked by my best friend to try it out with his dad, I was a bit hesitant, though slightly curious. As much as they seem really scary, they seem pretty cool. I kind of wondered if I would have the same reaction that those Japanese tourists have when they try them out for the first time. So I was pretty tempted. And besides that, I kind of have that complex where I think I might get lucky and be magically talented at something when I first try it. So eventually I caved and decided to go to the range for the first time in my life. On the day of, I had to wake up at like 5 or 6 in the morning.
This right here, this this is the dream for people tickled by the guntism. Is to introduce people to their thing. I don't get to do it very often, but taking someone to go shooting for the first time, and you get to like show off your cool stuff and teach them gun safety, not like the FUDs on YouTube or in the gun shop. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Maybe one day I'll be a big enough content creator that I can show other content creators, like this person. Show them all about my guntism in a healthy educational way.
Which was new for me, and we had a very Texan Whataburger breakfast, which is like the most
Whataburger
quintessential
is so
Southern
overpriced.
fast food place if you didn't know. And then
It's pretty good.
finally,
Overpriced though.
we arrived.
Grass. You do have to touch grass sometimes to shoot.
Hey, can you help over here?
I'm going.
All right. So
As soon as we got there, they basically briefed me on basic gun safety rules, like don't point the gun at people, make sure it faces the range, and also put it down when someone walks downrange. Then they loaded the magazines,
All makes sense.
handed me a pistol,
Nice 22.
and oh wait, they had to teach me how iron sights work. How iron sights work? I'll be quick, don't worry. So basically, you have to point at your target and align this little square in the center with the gap. The funny thing about this that screwed with me is that since you're focusing your eyes on the iron sights, the actual target is going to be blurring the background, which made no sense.
This is true.
So you're telling me this whole time everything was supposed to be blurry? In video games, it's not like this at all. You can see everything. Nothing's blurry. But I guess that's not how it works in real life. Like, what the heck? Oh, thanks.
Okay. So they were taught focus on the front sight. Very good.
hey, you hit the paper.
I
That's
did
better
it.
than most cops.
I guess I did it. Shooting guns
Hey,
is
you
fun,
hit the
I
paper.
guess.
Better
I
than
didn't
most
expect
cops.
it to be fun, but it really is. It kind of has that same appeal as grinding an aim trainer, except in real life. Slowly but surely, you can improve with time and find yourself better than you were yesterday. I recently went shooting again with my friend as I'm writing this script, and I can't lie, it feels really good to get a nice grouping. I did pretty good today. And back then, apparently, because my friend and his dad specifically told me apparently cops show up to the range to shoot every once in a while, and they struggle to hit the paper, or really
This, yes,
not even
this
like the
is
target, no, the
unfortunately
paper.
true.
That was not comforting to hear. Besides that, I also would have apparently passed the test to own a pistol too. My ego was definitely being stroked, but I
Funny how he's watching a pair of Asian women, one Aussie, do the same in Texas. So something I have noticed, in terms of foreigners vacationing in the United States, if you're vacationing in the United States and you're in Texas, you gotta shoot guns. Like that's like one of the three things that Texas is known for, is cowboys, guns, and big trucks. So like you gotta do it.
appreciated that. And now that I think about it, I'm shocked that on that day, I was pretty relaxed. I guess I kind of just accepted that I'm doing this, might as well be chill about it. And it was pretty chill. It wasn't really stressful at all. And it also could have been because of them, apparently, because they did everything right. When you introduce someone to shooting for the first time, apparently the main goal of the experience is to try to make it fun for that someone. You should try to take away the stress from learning a bunch of new
Same with Vegas because of full auto rentals. It's true. Very expensive though. Knockout. Hello. Thank you for the subscription.
Knockout just subscribed for 36 months.
36 months is actually insane. Literally insane. What are you doing? Thank you very much. Whataburger and shooting. Yeah. Like going to California and getting in and out and seeing feces on the sidewalk. Just what you do. Barrett M240. Very nice. Very nice.
things and just set up the pistol, put in a fresh magazine, and just have them shoot it. I appreciated the extra attention, to be honest. I felt like a main character. They also gave me a lot of quick tips and stuff, with one of the most helpful ones being that whenever you go and shoot the pistol, you should try to slowly pull back the trigger and let that shot that you make surprise you, because if not, then you'll flinch early on and mess with the aim of the pistol. Either way, the
This is true. The flinching is real. I hate that I still sometimes flinch, because it feels like a super noob thing, but I still sometimes do it. Not often anymore. Mostly I just miss because I'm bad, or don't get the shot exactly where I want it because I'm bad, or I'm overthinking it. That happens too. What are we doing? It's our 3-year anniversary. Well, that is true. 36 months is 3 years. Oh, I'm not able to multiply 3 by 12, so you should have shite eyesight, can't see in daylight well. That also may make it more difficult. Flinch is expecting recoil too soon. Yeah. This is true. Which is probably why, I don't know, this is an experience I've had personally. When I'm shooting a new, particularly pistols for the first time, I don't really struggle flinching with rifles for some reason. I am much better practically and naturally with rifles. Not just because they're more controllable, but even compared to like other people, I'm in a higher percentile with rifles than I am with pistols. Even though most of my training is on pistols. But we're getting off track. So myself personally, whenever I shoot a new pistol, when I don't know exactly where the brake is on the trigger, you know, the brake when it goes bang, I shoot a lot better, which may be just a me thing, could be not. Like even guns that are just have horrible triggers, like I shoot better before I know when they're shooting. Even like, great example, my HK VP70Z. I don't have the burst one, unfortunately. Horrible trigger, one of the worst out there. But the first time I shot it, I shot incredibly. That's just how it is. More comfortable to let a rifle do its thing compared to a handgun. Rifles a lot more mass. Don't get moved as easily when you flinch. These are all true. All true. But I'm not comparing just like rifles to pistols. I'm comparing the comparison of my pistol shooting to other people's pistol shooting, and my rifle shooting compared to other people's rifle shooting. So, like, while yes, like 99.98% of people are always going to do better with a rifle because easier control, easier manage recoil, all that stuff. I am in a higher percentile for rifles than I am with pistols. If that makes sense. You're trying to buy a custom computer now. You know, you can make those at home, and then you don't have to pay someone to build it. Now the cost is $2,400. Goodness, goodness sakes! What are you building? Are you building a Bitcoin mining monster? Flinching is super noticeable shooting pocket pistols too, with so little mass. This is true. The flinching is super noticeable. And it might be this following. The following could be because of what I said earlier with guns that are new to me, I shoot better with, because I don't know when they're breaking. But whenever I take my Ruger LCP shooting, which is very rarely, because that gun is miserable to shoot, let me tell you. It's the LCP one, the smallest of them. Whenever I take that shooting, just deadly accurate with it. For no reason at all. It's a horrible gun. Really nice to carry, very small, compact and handy. But I always perform very well with it. Don't know why. Don't know what's going on. It just happens. You can hit a 300-yard target semi-regularly with irons. You're happy considering you're very novice. Very nice. That's pretty good, especially with irons. On anything that I shoot semi-regularly, I have some magnification. Either LPVO, fixed magnification, or magnifier. Just because when you have magnification, it gets way easier to hit things. The U.S. military discovered this during the, what was it? Which trials was it? I don't remember the trial's name. Was it the ACR trials? When everyone was submitting all the cool stuff, and then what they actually adopted for increasing hit probability was just rifle with scope. ACR trials? Okay. I got there. What distance do I shoot my LCP at? Indoor range distances. So like up to 25 meters, 25 yards. Which, if you're gonna use an LCP at further than that, don't. But yeah, I'm not taking like 300-yard shots with the LCP. Don't get me wrong. It's just like pistol distance shots. 4070 Super and a 20-core CPU. It's a lot of cores. I think mine has 16, if I remember correctly. I think I do. Yeah, also irons I'm okay with. Red dots red dots I am not okay with. Because astigmatism. So a sad day for me. I get to have disabled eyes for red dots. LCP is fun at 60 yards with red dot. What kind of red dot do you put on an LCP? even like a micro red dot's gonna be wider than the LCP. How? What? So confused. LCP Max, you might be able to put a red dot on it. Just a standard original LCP, I'm not sure. Frame mounted RMSC footprint. So that's got to be the LCP Max, right? Did the LCP2 have a rail on it? The LCP1 is like featureless, basically. Custom mount. Man, that's getting custom work done on his Ruger LCP. You can buy those for like $120 at a pawn shop. I only know that because that's how much I paid for mine at a pawn shop. All right, video.
The fact that I beat that hurdle of going out and trying something I was scared of was kind of impressive. Good job, me. I'm proud of myself. However, I didn't expect to shoot anything more than pistols, so imagine my shock when the guy next to us heard that it was my first time.
Oh, it's your first time. Why don't you try this?
It actually wasn't
Let's
that
go.
bad. It didn't kick very much, and the sights really helped. I genuinely felt like it was cheating compared to all the iron sights from earlier. I additionally later found out that the ammo for that crap is like $1 or $2 a shot, so yeah, what a nice guy. Honestly, I'd say that my experience shooting for
This this is true. Ammo do be expensive. But if I'm taking someone out to shoot for their first time, I'll let them shoot some expensive ammo. Let them have some fun. Anything to get someone into my TISM hobby. You got a little silly. Threw a scope mount on it once. That is actually absurd. I'll take it. Want to spend some premium ammo for 5.56? Yeah, 5.56, that does seem a little expensive. Even at the height of like COVID pricing. Which, now this was 12 days ago. I don't know how long ago the story was ago, but unless you're getting some like super like bougie 5.56, it's not going to be $2 around. Newbie women have easy shooting. Yes, yes, this is true. The scope weighed more than the pistol. I feel like some red dots weigh more than an LCP. LCP is minuscule. You measure it in grams instead of ounces.
for the first time was really nice. I get why I was so anxious about guns though. In the US we have a lot of shooting incidents, which I feel like the average American has become jaded with. And not only that, gun bro culture can be pretty weird. People just love their guns. However, I don't think all that stuff
Not me talking about making a tier list of how cuddleable guns are. Okay. Maybe guilty of that one. We'll just move on.
invalidates the sport and just shooting guns recreationally. It's really not all that bad, and it can be a real fun time. So yeah, if you can safely try out shooting, go for it. Also, I'm starting a Patreon. If you want to help fund my videos, join my Patreon for $5 a month.
Yes, if you haven't tried shooting, do it.
There's some ideas I have that might actually take
I
money or
expect
funds to actually
everyone
go out
here
and do.
has.
For example, I want to do vlog-style challenge videos where I learn new instruments and take all kinds of classes and workshops for stuff.
But if you
And
know
after
someone who
trying out
hasn't.
shooting, I've been tempted to try airsoft and maybe get my own airsoft gun so that I can shoot little kids for fun. For right now, the only awards you'll get is having your name at
And talking about shooting little kids for fun at the end of I tried shooting for the first time video. I mean, I know they're talking about airsoft now. And also right after they talked about the stigma of shootings.
the end of my videos,
just
and early access
weird
to
placement,
videos that
weird
are
placement.
currently unlisted. So the main purpose of the Patreon is mainly just to have a way to support me and this channel.
Like I know they're not implying anything bad, and that it is entirely my strange mind doing things. But come on, I'm an anime guy on the internet. It's just gonna be weird.
And finally, if you want to check out another lighthearted storytime video, this one where I try out esports is pretty good.
All right, there we go. That's their video. Their video I wanted to watch. There was another one, but I don't know where it went. It's gone. It's gone forever. Also, I don't appreciate how called out I was about gun culture being weird and people loving their guns. Unappreciated. In unrelated news, we are currently, was that 92 followers away from Tactical ASMR? Entirely unrelated news. So yeah, if you want to see/hear that, then go make some alternate accounts and follow me. Don't do that. Don't do that. I think that's probably against TOS. Oh, wait.
Hi, everyone.
Not planned. Not a planned watching video. Russia's weapons shopping mall? Excuse me, America. Where is this? Why is this not here?
Everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to Moscow.
Vavilon Gun Mall.
And yes, welcome to Vavilon Gun Shopping Mall.
Yep.
And I'm here with
I want a gun
Maxine.
shopping mall.
Yeah.
And we're going to go for a brief walk around.
I would be there
a
every
shopping
week.
mall dedicated to firearms.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Now, if you're curious where I am today, I'm only about 10 kilometers from the center of Moscow, just a little bit outside in the southwest direction. And I'm going to put a pin and a map link to where I am there is actually some other shopping centers nearby. There is very normal housing, and a lot of people live very close by here.
There is very normal housing. Why would you say it like that? Now I don't think it's normal. And in this city, there is very normal housing. Well, I didn't think there was going to be abnormal housing until you assured me that it was very normal.
And then also the Moscow State University is only, I think, about
Unless they
10
do
minutes
used.
walk
I
from
mean, if you've
here.
got a gun shopping mall, they've
And
got to
we're
do
gonna have a walk
used.
around with Maxim, and he's going to point out
Okay.
a few unique things in this shopping center or shopping mall.
Got some kind of Target guns over there.
Hunting. Okay.
Firearms, yeah.
Now, the first thing that I'll talk about is that this is brand new.
Yeah, exactly. It's a brand new mall. We just started for
Talk about
look at this guy just staring at him. This guy's about to like burn through this guy with his eyes.
is that this is brand new.
Yeah, exactly. It's a brand new mall. We just started for a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So we have
And
a hunting
a target
clothes,
rifle.
like boots, shoes, I don't know, some costumes.
Yeah, there's
This
all
just
of the
looks like
different,
boutique, like
clothes,
Cabela's
Clothes
or
for
Bass
hunting,
Pro Shops.
yes.
jackets, and even hunting shoes.
Yep.
These look like hiking boots to me, but
Yep, exactly.
I
We
guess,
have a hiking model.
This cabinet's empty. What are they doing? What are they doing?
yeah.
Yes, they said it did
And
just
then
open.
lots of different clothing, so mostly hunting related.
Gun
It's
fan.
all the traditional.
It's me. I'm a fan of
fatigues
guns.
And the different colors. And of course, if you want to be seen,
We
and
want
known,
one that looks sort of like
Like
the
what
warehouse in
is-
Indiana Jones.
also.
Pull your own
Maxim,
crate. That
I
would
do
be
have a
super
question
cool.
about this concept.
That would
of
be
a shopping
awesome.
mall. Now, I see a lot of things that are more than just guns.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the idea behind opening this store?
The main idea is to collect a lot of brands, a lot of manufacturers such as Ataman, such as Arcon, Fortuna thermoscopes manufacturer, and a lot of hunting clothes. And,
It does make sense to have,
scopes, a lot of accessories about
The accoutrements
flashlights,
that go with guns.
a lot of hot bottles.
So, of course, this is a shopping mall. Now, in Russia, the word that would be mostly associated with this type of a building would be a rynok or a fair.
Yep.
And most people
don't know what the
in
difference
Russia
is.
would go to a rynok mostly for food and for daily life.
Yep.
And this is the ultimate. Would you say it's a boy's dream shop, or is there ladies
Yeah,
coming?
some
And there's
kind.
ladies coming here, though.
Of course, ladies also come
Crossbow.
here because we have a lot of women clothes. And,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about
A lot
crossbows.
of Russian women love to hunt.
They're neat.
Yeah, they love to.
They don't tickle me the right way though.
And generally going out into the outdoors. And so, what would people be shooting? Would
He
they
said
be going to
pee-pee.
look for animals, or are they doing target practice?
We have about 5 or 7 shooting ranges in Russia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In Moscow or
In Moscow.
Right.
In Moscow and in Moscow region. You can try clay shooting. You can try target shooting.
But they only have 5 to 7 shooting ranges in the whole city? That's it? In the whole Moscow region? Not a lot. That's not very many.
Practice shooting. So
Sure. Not just looking
it's
for.
not a problem in Russia to shoot.
Sag? That is Sag.
On the shooting range.
Sure. Thank you.
I feel like this guy is saying 5 to 7 like it's a lot. But like, if I open up Google Maps, I'm like, navigate to gun range, I'll get like a dozen options. And those are just the closest ones.
We have a lot of them.
Maxime, so as we're walking around,
Oh, is that that's got to be an air gun. Some air guns back there. A lot of air guns.
there
A lot
is
of air
different
guns in
shops
this
that we're seeing here,
weapons
or
shopping mall.
different vendors,
Yep.
and there is two different types of weapons that they have, or guns. And what we see behind you here is
It's rifles. It's rifles mostly from Ataman Company. It's a Russian manufacturer of airsoft and air guns.
okay. So
Yeah.
these aren't live fire bullet guns.
Yeah.
These are airsoft or pellet guns.
Exactly.
And
I mean, some pellet guns can be
they're
pretty
also-
pretty
so in Serbia,
devastating.
What's called BB guns,
BB. I
which
see.
is the pellet style guns. And then there's also airsoft, which is the ones like the paintball.
I see, but mostly all of these rifles is air rifles. You see, it's
I don't think
PCP
paintball
rifles.
is a subcategory of airsoft.
Okay. Now, one of the reasons
I could
wanted
be
to
wrong
come
about
here
that,
is
but I
to
think
see
that's
the
wrong.
difference between the guns that they have available and the different brands and what was the possibility and how easy it was to buy a gun. Now, from what I see walking around, most of these are air rifles
Yep, exactly.
or pellet style guns, and they're not designed for shooting, let's say,
It's only for fun shooting.
right, as a hobby or as a
Yeah.
But I have firearms that are for fun shooting. don't
Some
you
kind of
imply that I
social
can't use firearms for fun?
thing. And they've got, of course, here all the different pellets.
I've talked to Yuri for the good stuff.
Some of these do look very lethal.
Most
It's
places
a fake grenade, yeah.
place limits on the power of air rifles.
So,
No idea about Russia.
with
Yeah,
these
that
kind
is
of
true.
things,
They
you're
probably
not
have a
using
limit.
them to shoot people.
Yeah, of course, for sure.
It's for shooting either targets or.
Only for targets and animals.
And animals.
No, not humans.
And if
Watch me. You think someone couldn't use that to shoot at people? If something can be used to kill someone, someone will use it to kill someone. This is an unfortunate part of human nature. There are evil people out there. If something can be used to kill someone, someone will. Just because it doesn't run on an explosion and it runs on air. Like, people have been murdered with air guns.
accidentally one of these at long
Ridiculous.
distance, is it going to hurt?
It will hurt, yeah. That's true.
So each of these different shops seems to specialize in different items.
Yeah.
And
Looks like we got
what I can
scopes
see
here.
is actually part of what you're dealing with, which is all of the optics
Yep, that's true.
and the.
Just needs a bit more
We had,
imagination. You don't need a lot of
radar
imagination.
Just, optics, thermal scopes.
Thermal scopes.
Yeah.
So you can.
Thermal binoculars.
Okay, so
monoculars.
like night vision
Yep, night
style.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Thermal and night
these
vision are
Russian
not the same,
produced,
but
or they're from different countries.
Some of them Russian produced. Some of
but
them
we're not gonna get into that right
And
now.
is there a very famous scope company or brand, like a Russian brand? Is there something that's
we have Fortuna brand.
okay?
It's a thermal scopes.
Okay. So there's
Did he say thermal scopes or terrible scopes?
a lot of choices. Now, the one thing that's interesting as we've walked around is there's prices on everything.
Price, I don't know, some kind of a.
Of course there's prices and everything. It's a store, not a museum.
$800, American dollars, United
Yeah,
States.
so yeah, it's very interesting the selection.
Why
And there's even
would you be
binoculars
surprised
as
that
well.
there's prices on things?
Now, these would be pretty much what people would buy just for
Shaking
recreational
my head.
use.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is all, I mean, would you say in this whole place, 70, 80% is recreational guns and
Yeah.
optics and,
Recreational goods. Actually.
wow, this is just amazing.
Show
to
me
see.
what you
Now, I
don't
understand
think are
that most
recreational
people
goods,
who are
and
watching the channel,
I will
they've
then tell you
watched
that they
shopping
are,
center videos
in fact,
and
recreational.
supermarket videos, and somebody recommended that I come
Just
here
like anything can be used to
and
kill
make a
someone,
video and
anything
show
can be
this
used
place.
recreationally.
And I was very lucky to meet Maxim right here, who's willing to just give me a brief walk around and show some of the things.
To
Now,
be
of
clear,
course, this isn't for everybody.
I am not
personally
encouraging
never
the use of anything to
fired
kill
a weapon
anybody.
or a-
Just
literally
just to
held
be just to be
maybe one or
clear,
two in my
Twitch,
life.
in case
And
there was any
I
doubt
have
about that.
Very little to no knowledge of what
This
we're
was
seeing
a
here. I know
philosophical
couple of
observation.
brands.
It's never too late to start it.
Yeah, it's obviously the fact that Russia has so much territory
Yeah, that's
and
true.
so much empty land, and
But you can shoot in Russia in just empty land. You must visit target
Shooting ranges.
Target shooting ranges. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, wow. As we're walking around, I'm actually
Wait.
seeing things more and
You're not allowed to shoot in just Russia's wasteland? Who's gonna stop you? There's no one for miles. You do it anyways. Yeah, like if you're in Russia and you drive out to middle of Siberia, go shoot your gun, like what are they gonna do? Nothing. There's no one there. You don't go to Russia for the tamed bears.
more, and there's
Reasonable.
knives here, or these would be hunting knives, or just
I do want their experimental
Oh,
guns,
okay.
You see it.
okay. So something similar to a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
except I don't think
But
that's
this
gonna
is
happen.
the Russian knife. And then there's even tripods, I think.
They're gonna
or-
throw you in the
Yeah,
gulag,
it's a tripod.
force
These
feed
are
you
for
eggnog.
scopes.
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad.
But you can install.
I'm on the pro eggnog gang, so you just upgraded the
Something
gulag
else
for
on
me.
there.
Yeah,
And then all the different accessories. And
it's for gun cleaning.
okay, gun cleaning. Okay, so there's obviously a lot of maintenance involved in this, and wow, and there's bows or
Unfollowed.
hunting bows maybe.
Yeah, last oh,
And then
a lot of you probably weren't
it's
around
just-
last
it's
year
for cleaning,
because I took a
okay,
very
like
long
the
hiatus.
Cleaning.
But last year I tried Pegnog,
All right, and then also just all the
which is
very
like
basic
Pilk.
accessories.
Pepsi and milk.
Really, literally is.
But
everything
instead
in
of-
here, even all of the
Instead of
different
milk, use
headsets.
eggnog. It's Pepsi and
If
eggnog,
you want to get a certain brand of earmuffs,
which was not
and then some of the extra accessories that you would add
Magpul.
on.
Magpul in Russia. What would you combine? Milk and Pepsi? Milk and Pepsi is Pilk, right? And it's actually surprisingly good. Which is why I tried Pegnog, which was Pepsi and eggnog. Pilk sounds gross. I agree. When I tried it, I expected it to be just the worst thing ever, and it was surprisingly good. I never buy Pepsi, so I never like have any reason to have it. But it was surprisingly good. Which, if it was palpable, it's surprising that it was good. But it was actually enjoyable. I mean, I'm a fan of fruitcake. Like the food? Ew. No. I don't want to be eating a bunch of nuts. Fruitcake's got like all kinds of nuts in it. Gross.
To the guns.
It's for practice shooting.
Okay, right on. And then
Because practice shooters are very in love with some kind of customization of their guns.
okay, so a lot of people want to customize them and then change them. Wow. And then even headlamps here as well. All sorts of things. I never realized the
Suppressors?
complexity
Those look like air gun
of
suppressors.
shooting, let's
Yeah.
call it. It's very interesting.
It's a whole new world, yeah.
Yeah. It really is fascinating walking around and seeing
Knives?
all of the different accessories and items.
I feel like this guy would be
And
horrified to
also
go
just
into
for
an American gun shop. Like this guy's in a Russian gun shop. All he's seen is air guns and handguards, and he's like, oh. I want to take this guy to an American gun shop, like a good one.
Maxim to take
Is this
a
an
few minutes
airsoft
to
store? So far.
Walk around with me. They even have gun safes right behind you there as well.
Supposedly there's
Wow.
real guns here
These are
somewhere.
Made in USA. American gun safes. What's happening? There's no Russian company making them.
We have a lot of ships and planes, yeah.
Yeah. So now
This guy's following him around, just staring him down the whole time, spinning his
It's
keys.
very famous, the
This guy is the guard NPC. He's just gonna follow you around, keep line of sight, and just stand there and look at you.
Russian brand Kalashnikov. I think that's probably the most recognized name in Russian guns.
In the world.
The world. Let's go world, even bigger than just here in Russia. There's also I guess these are the targets that you can get as well.
Or Walmart's probably have better gun shops. Probably the Walmarts
clay
out in the
targets.
country.
Clay target
The city Walmarts
Screens
pretty
or
much all
machines?
stopped selling guns.
Really and truly. This is pretty interesting for me to see for the first time. I do have one question as we're walking around. There isn't a lot of customers in here. Now, today is a working day in Moscow. Today is a school day as well.
Yep, that's true.
Now, you're not expecting lots of customers midweek. People come on Saturday and Sundays. Is there a day where more people come than others?
Gun shops, there is an exception because we have a lot of customers on, I don't know, not on holidays, but during the week.
Okay.
Yeah, because hunters, hunter is a luxury hobby in Russia
Okay.
because it's quite expensive.
As a sport.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms
as
of
a sport.
Those
Doing it.
Rugers?
Because
Rugers
everything
are
you're gonna do is gonna
savages?
cost, because you're gonna have to pay for new ammunition,
For sure.
new things to
I
keep your
can't tell.
gun
They could be.
maintained.
The red
So-
sticker in the background.
I don't want anybody to sort of mention in the comments, this place is empty, there's nobody in here.
Oh,
We
Tikas.
are
We
here.
have a lot
They're
of
orange.
customers every day, and
They're orange, not
a
red.
lot of hunters, and below our customers.
Right, and then also
We finally found some real guns.
This is a very specific niche
We got some like
place.
Berettas and stuff
So
back there.
the people that are coming here are not maybe like me, who's casually
Chris?
just walking
Chris
by.
Vector?
They're coming only for the reason of what you're selling here.
Tarkov stream.
So of all the different
I don't
places
even
that
have
we've seen
Tarkov
so far
downloaded.
walking around, there is a couple of these shops that actually have live fire guns,
Firearms, yep.
firearms. Now, the one thing I wanted to ask you when I first met you was about gun ownership and how easy or hard it is to come and buy a weapon that's in this store that's not an air rifle or a pellet gun.
I see. It's very easy to get a shotgun in Russia. It will take about only 1 month
Okay, once you
to get a license for one piece of shotgun. But
Tarkov?
if you want, magazine
No,
for
no,
that,
no.
shotgun,
Back,
it
back.
will- you must hold,
Back, you Tarkov
single
gremlins.
barrel or double barrel shotgun for 2 years.
Okay.
And only after this you can
I
apply
did get
for license to
what is
get
it? Gray
magazine.
Zone Warfare?
Okay, now I understood.
And if you,
I got that
if
one when
you
it was on
want,
good sale.
Centerfire or rimfire,
Also not
You must
installed it
own
yet, but it's in
shotgun
my
for
Steam
5 years.
library.
Okay, so pretty much 2 years
and 5 years.
and 5 years before I can walk in here and walk out with a gun.
With a centerfire gun.
Yes. Okay, so I'm
License
If
in
you
1
wish for a
month.
Shotgun,
Yeah, it seems like
will take only 1
getting
month.
just a gun,
still 1 month.
a shotgun in Russia is like getting an
Only 1
NFA
month.
item
Yeah, so
in the United
I
States.
would imagine you have different licenses for.
Except if your
This is
NFA tax
I owned
stamp
guns for
expired.
maybe 7 years.
Okay.
8 years.
Right, and then all the ones that we're seeing in here are all of
And there's a
the
Savage
live
Browning.
fire guns. So a lot of Russian brands.
A CX4.
In here?
Here, not a lot of. We have a Russian shotgun boutique right next to the.
Oh, okay. So this one has guns from different countries.
Exactly.
Now, is there a favorite one in here that you might have a passion for, or something that you really want?
Look at him. Look at this guy.
you have, like, a
Of course he
dream?
does.
I don't know. I have all I want.
You have all what you want.
Lucky me.
Surely, it's like owning a car, isn't it? Once you've got a car, you want a better
Oh,
car,
desert tag
or something bigger or more powerful. They have
chassis.
carbon fiber here.
Yeah, it's for Blizzard.
Why no
Okay, that's the
Tarkov?
brand.
Because it's not downloaded.
And then over here.
Also just an
So most of those
obnoxiously large game
shotguns
file.
And people would use these pretty much for, again, target shooting perhaps, or
For target shooting, clay shooting, practice shooting, it's about shotguns.
Okay.
If we talk
Okay,
about
but
rifles,
these guns that you have mid frame talking about shotguns are not shotguns.
for the practice shooting, range shooting, and hunt.
Okay. Wow. So beyond all of the different guns and
Like
weapons,
60?
they've got
I think
lots
it's
of
I
other
think it's like 80.
even collectible items.
I'm guessing.
There's one here with glasses and knives and forks. I think maybe people are using them maybe for going camping or, I guess, hunting.
Man, if you're taking this camping, what kind of what kind of bougie camping is that? Goodness sakes. That's like, yes, I'm gonna go camping at my 7-figure cabin in the woods. Like, that's not camping.
Hunting as well.
Hunting, picnics.
These are very nice. Now, as we come around the corner here a little bit more, there's all the magazines here for actual guns. And how many choices there are. Now, would you say this
Lots of
shopping
magazines.
center is unique in Russia because of the amount of items in here and how big it is?
Not about items, about the manufacturers and vendors.
Okay,
That's why it's a brand new concept.
okay. So, where you can come in and look for certain brands of
A gentleman's
guns and
hobby.
weapons. I feel like I shouldn't say the word gun. Coming from
Oh.
Australia where we've got very strict gun laws.
In Australia,
And yeah, so in theory, in
Oh, he's
Australia, the
Australian.
person that owns a gun is a farmer.
That explains a lot.
And the average person
Of course, he's Australian.
probably wouldn't actually even know where to find a gun to buy a gun.
but as I know, it's
7 figures in
Australia is
rubles.
very,
Okay, like 10 rubles, 10 figures of rubles.
So it's a very small niche percentage of people who would own a gun, be able to fire a gun. Now, have a look at some of these on the wall here. And
It's a Kalashnikov like.
so
I'll take-
Kalashnikov
I'll
is
take one.
Probably the most famous.
Yeah, Kalashnikov is it's a system.
Okay.
It's
They still need an
system
AK
which is,
shotgun.
operates a shotgun. It's Kalashnikov. The name of
Kalashnikov
the
USA
inventor
stole my money
of the
Okay.
system.
and never
And
gave me a product.
Worldwide, he's renowned, or
Yeah.
they're renowned for the types of weapons that they make. You can even buy the cases. And I think some of these maybe are the,
It's Russian.
yeah, but these are the long range.
It's for long-range shooting. Yeah, and
Is this an integrally suppressed bolt action of some kind? What is that? Looks like it's got just the largest suppressor ever. I want it.
well, for hunt also.
So we're gonna catch some bears, Russian bears.
You can catch Russian
DSL
bear,
clone.
not with this one.
No?
It's all long-range. Yeah. I don't know. This is for bear shooting.
Okay. So pretty much the things in this room, we'd need to wait 2
What
years
is that one? What's that one?
or 5 years to own most things that we see here.
Show me the cool stuff. I don't care about the bolt, the standard
Okay,
bolt
so there's
actions.
some that you can buy over the counter.
Ah, it's freaking Australians. I tell you, they don't know what to point the camera at.
And all of the
What is that? Oh, that's an air gun. Never mind, I don't care anymore.
different types of bullets. It's really fascinating because I'm sure everybody realizes that I make videos about
DSL
shopping
10.
centers and supermarkets. And this is a weapons military,
Market. Yeah.
but you wouldn't really say military though when you
No.
Talk about this shop.
It's a hunt.
hunting.
It's a hunting shop.
Yeah. And it's really more for personal
D
use.
DVL
For
50.
play shooting, for target shooting, and hunt.
Wow. So yeah, very, very fascinating the amount of things that we see here.
Wait.
So yeah, very, very.
What is that? Like a pistol caliber Galil. What is that?
Very fascinating.
Oh, now that's not blurry. It's just like a pistol caliber AR kind of thing. Okay.
The amount of things that we see here. So I really want to thank Maxime for giving us this walk around and this little small tour of this shopping mall. Now, as I mentioned,
Man, I wish that tour had been given by not an Australian. You can actually point the camera at the good stuff. Shaking my head. Keyboard fell asleep. Really like my wireless keyboard, but sometimes it just decides to not. DVL 10M2. Also airsoft versions. Yeah, that one does look kind of like that. Oh, is it the airsoft version of this? Is that what we saw? Oh. Oh. Now I'm sad. I thought it was actually something cool. Well. Sad day. It's in 308. 308. In Russia? 308 is an, I guess, 7.62 NATO. It's a NATO cartridge. I wouldn't expect Russia to be using a ton of those. DVL. I did type DVL. But I read DVT first. I don't know where DVT came from. DVL. You surprised there's no straight pull ADAR or AK clone? There very well might have been. The thing about those is, from the outside, they look almost exactly the same. Because it's basically the same thing, except without the gas system. So they could have had some. In fact, it's pretty likely they did, because bolt actions are always regulated less than semi-autos. Savage 110 Hunter. You don't like your Savage 110 Hunter. Maybe it's the carbon fiber barrel one. You gotta look closer. Probably easier to control the flow of ammo if it's non-military caliber. Maybe. That is possible. Although it is still military caliber, it's just not their military. Majestic Potato, hello, welcome. Sorry that you was outside touching grass. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Do you need to sit down? You need some water? Are you gonna be okay? Vepr Hunter. This is gonna be awful, isn't it? Not wonderful. I have seen just the wooden forend on Veprs before. I have seen one of these in a gun shop. With the thumb hole and the wooden handguard. I've not seen the full stock one though. But these, not those, these ones are not uncommon. And Megalum at PKM you're just, you're just gonna flex on that Savage 110 Hunter. I see how it is. I see how it is. You miss when Atlantic used to have those? Used to pour at the time? Yeah. I'm still too poor now. Someone keeps spending my money on stuff. And I am not a fan. I mean, I am a fan, because then I get guns. But I want all the guns. I need guns to all be a third the price they are, so I can have 3 times as many. I can't stream Tarkov. I don't even have it downloaded. This guy. This guy. The VP 0101. The Escape from Tarkov. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing here. For the VPO 101. It's just Tarkov stuff. Silent and deadly. M993 rounds. Suppressed Vepr Hunter. Play Tarkov. I can't play Tarkov. I don't have it downloaded. We've been over this. If I'm gonna play anything Tarkov-esque, it's gonna be Gray Zone, because I just bought that one on sale. Not like just, but on the most recent sale. You've decided to spend my money on a CX4? I would like a CX4. I think they're super neat. I think they're pretty, like they're not made anymore. But I think they're pretty affordable still. Helps if I can spell correctly. Yeah, they're not too bad. Around like 700-ish. It's looking. Oh, this 40 Smith & Wesson one. Current bid is $77. Only 3 days left. So then you have to shoot a 40 CX4. Play Tarkov now. Gonna buy one of these. What is this strange link you've shown me? Ew. This looks like the barrel sleeve that they put on the Calico. The Calico 22. Hold on. That's what that is. That is the end of the barrel sleeve they put on the Calico 22. Hold on. I need a good picture. They don't have any on their website. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this this right here. This is that. Don't say you about BSG. Then it shouldn't elicit an ew response if it didn't want me to say ew about it. It should just get good. it is better than just the bare barrel sticking out. I will admit it's better than that. But it's the same thing. But it's the same thing. I've seen Battlestar Galactica. No. I think this gun was used, was it Spaceballs? This gun was used in something like that. You can call Tarkov a bad game, but it's not. I never said Tarkov was bad. When did I say that? Clip it. Clip it. I never said Tarkov was bad. Man, the Calico 22 rifle's only 600 bucks. Anybody want a super spacey looking gun? You gonna clip my hairline? Please no. Please no, it's holding on for dear life. Look at it up there. You can almost play tic-tac-toe on my forehead. You demand I watch BSG? Battlestar Galactica? You demand it? You demand it? Woo. Battlestar Galactica is like the quintessential movie of nerds from the 70s. First episode, 2004. I thought Battlestar Galactica was way older than that. Why would I watch this? When next Hunt stream? Until like yesterday, when Leaflet was playing Hunt, I hadn't thought about Hunt for so long. And now apparently they're doing a Post Malone collab. Crazy. Crazy. I do need to play Hunt again sometime though. Maybe I should put together a Hunt collab. I don't know, I've been kind of itching for some collabs recently. So maybe some collabs. (2000s) Battlestar Galactica was the superior reimagining of 1970s. Okay, so there was a 1970s one. I'm not going crazy. Goodness sakes. Good gracious. There was a 70s one. I don't know. Can you tell that I don't follow media very much? Weird for someone who is a streamer. That wasn't a sarcastic weird. That is actually something that is strange. But I don't know much popular media, current or past. Collab with Gotcha. We're roommates anyway. Does Gotcha even own Hunt? I don't know if he even owns Hunt. I don't know if we're friends on Steam. I don't know how to check either. I should collab with Gotcha sometime with something. Not sure what though. Gotcha. I was gonna say Gotcha doesn't play very many games, but he's been playing more games recently. If you count Girls Frontline. Gotcha's been playing more games, and I've been playing less games. So... I was thinking about... Do I talk about that? I was thinking about... We'll talk about it vaguely. Doing another viewer submission stream. A holiday themed one, perhaps. Not a gun submission one. We just did that one. Probably next gun review we'll try for January? Question mark? And if that one also does well, then we may try to have the one after that be a collab gun review with somebody. Might be very interesting. Plans for the future. Fitting given the time of year. Nearing the end of the year, start planning for the next year. I've got lots of plans. Hopefully I'm not too lazy to follow through on all the plans I have. But we got lots of plans. Lots of stuff. Lots of fun stuff planned. But probably the easiest of the plans is to just go to like a USPSA or IDPA match with with funny guns and then just like walk through it on stream. I think that'd be cool. Like what the YouTubers do with like all their matches, like the backup gun matches and brutality matches, except it's just like a standard. It's just a standard like club match or something. And it docks what range I go to though. Man, now you got me looking at CX4. I don't want to be buying a CX4. That costs money. But this one is $500. With 2 days left. Comes with a Vortex like Spark or something. If I got a CX4, I'd probably have to like SBR it though. That's like another $200. Gotta factor that into the cost. And then you'd have to get the extended mags for it. And those are like another $40 each. And then, you know, you're turning your like $600 $700 rifle into like a $1,300 rifle real fast. Maybe not quite that much. Isn't buying guns what money is for? This is true. Unfortunately, you also have to, eat, like, drive places. How much is the CX4? There's a few on Gunbroker. There's one with just over a day left that's only 500 though. It looks pretty well used though. It's FDE one. Other than that, there's one that is current bid of $90.88 with 3 days left, but it's in 40 Smith & Wesson. It is FDE. There's a few FDE. Yeah, the 40 Smith & Wesson ones are way cheaper than the 9mm ones. Yeah, the 9mm ones are like, let's see, 670, 750, 800, and the 40 ones are $90, $250, 180. Stick with your layaway 9. Yeah. Unless you want a 40. Then there might be some good deals coming up. Or, good deal if they weren't 40. 40 Smith & Wesson in a carbine is more compelling than it is a pistol. It's more compelling in a carbine than a pistol. But 40, I would still rather have it 9. Like if I think that 9 is 10 times better than 40 in a pistol, then maybe it's only like 8 times better in a carbine. I do think they're cool guns, though. Ooh, 45? I didn't even know they made these in 45. They made this CX4 in 45? Just because they couldn't make it in a 46. I didn't know they made them in a 45. Look at that. Look at that. CX4 in 45 ACP. Comes with 8-round mags. Those look like they should hold more than 8. And a faux suppressor. $181. I didn't know that. No, I thought these only were 9 and 40. Which, I mean, if they're coming with 8-round magazines, it's not surprising that these didn't sell well, or there aren't very many of them. But that's high point carbine capacity. Except you look like you're from a early 2000s sci-fi movie instead of a current trailer park. Nothing against trailer parks, but that's where you find high points. I can't throw too much shade because I do I do have a high point carbine, so Maybe that means I can throw extra shade. Since I own one, I can make extra fun of the people who also own one. I think that's what that means. Is the 45CX4 really an 8-round capacity though? Is that we need to do more research. I feel like it should be more than 8 rounds. Like it uses the standard like Beretta magazine, right? It's not like using a 1911 magazine. The people you know that have unironically carried high points did live in trailer park. See? Product chart. Caliber. 9x21. Where's the 9x21? What? They made a 9x21 and they didn't give it to me? This is ridiculous. 921. There's another 9x21. Man. Getting ripped off over here. Well, this is the European one. They don't sell them in 40 or 45 in Europe, unsurprisingly. Still, 9x21. I need more 9x21. Like what is it? Is it the SR2? That's 9x21? Maybe the SR3. One of those. One of those is 9x21 and I want it. Retro high point carbine better than bullpup, better than new model, better than high point pistol. Yeah, the high point carbine stockless is gross. I hate it. Get the Russian imports back. Let's get the SR2. Yes, that is it. SR2 and the SR3 are both cool. I couldn't remember which one is 9x21. They might both be. The SR2 Verisk. There's also the SR3. SR3 Vicker. So we've got this SR2 here. Super weird. Like over folding stock AK PDW thing. Super cool. They shouldn't sell them in 40 anywhere. True. Hit game Escape from Tarkov features SR2M. Okay, well, I know it because I have the guntism. Gross. 40 Smith & Wesson is dead. Also, ooh, 9x21. Just wait till you hear about 7.62x25, which I did buy some recently. I cried. Oh my goodness. A 7.62x25 is so expensive now. The SR2 and the SR3. This is the 9x21. No, not 9x39. 9x39. It's like the if the VZ61 and the VSS had some like horrible love affair, and then this was the result. And I want it. I need one of these. I will probably never be able to have one, but why didn't you buy more 760 Tokarev? Yeah, same. I hadn't seen any. I haven't seen it in a very long time. Like, I've seen it online. Then you usually have to pay like a bunch for shipping and all that nonsense. I saw some in store, and I picked up like 3 boxes. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get them. And I saw the price. I was like, ooh, and I put 2 of the boxes back, and I've just bought 1 box. So now I have 3 total boxes of 7.62x25. One of them is like Chinese surplus, like yellow cardboard box ammo. It's like, oh, it's the jankiest looking ammo I've ever seen in my life. Hold on, we're hold on. Where is it? I might have buried it somewhere. Oh no, there it is. Aha! Aha! Oh, I only have 2.5 boxes. This box is half empty. Zoom. So here we have 7.62x25 in a nice, shiny, brass washed, good, at least medium quality ammunition. And then we have Chinese surplus ammunition there. And the best thing about this, you wanna see the crimping on this? Hold on. You see that crimp mark right there? There's one on each side. This is crimped by like pressing a pin on both sides of this. That is the crimp. I have not shot any of this ammo, but I do not expect this to work very well. It came in this box, which claims to be non-corrosive. I don't know if I trust it. But this is authentic Chinese 7.62x25 that I can shoot through my Chinese Type 54. And probably throw sparks all over the place, because I expect this is not I expect this is not going to be very good shooting ammunition. I expect this to be awful. But that's okay, because I also paid less than $1 per round for it. But now I have like 2.5 boxes of 762 by 25, and they are all different brands. We've got the PPU, Cellier, and Bellet. This one I've had for the longest time. I just want everyone to appreciate. Do you see the price? Do you do, do you see that price? That's how much I paid for this. Box of 50. Box of 50. Box of 50. Cellier and Bellet. $24.99. What does the bottom label say? Oh, this? You want to read that? You can pause the stream. It's mostly in non-English. They stack the price stickers? Oh, that's true. I don't know. Do I even want to take this sticker off? This feels like a historic relic. Oh, it's just pulling off the price underneath it with it. Hold on. So I think it says like $22.99 or something. Can't pull it off because it just pulls off the sticker underneath it too, like the top layer of the sticker underneath it. There you go. Can you read that? The second number is a 4. If only. If only. This is probably, I mean, of 762 by 25, this is my oldest box of ammo. This is also the partial box. Sad. 762 by 25. It's a fun little spicy round. Communists may not be able to do very much, but they can make good guns. Sometimes. They make very interesting guns, if nothing else. I wish. Ooh, when did I buy this? I know I can tell you what gun shop I bought this at actually, because I can tell you. How long ago was that? It's probably 7 years ago. 7 years ago. I can tell you which gun shop that was. Let's see. It was I bought that at a gun shop in Kentucky while I was traveling. I bought a few boxes of it. That's the last one I have left. You have resisted picking up 22 TCM to scratch 7.62 Tokarev so far. They are pretty similar ballistically. Hmm. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, where was this? It was in Inez, Kentucky. That's it. That's it right there. That's it. View in maps. How do I view it in maps? Street view. Why is it this hard to get to maps? There you go. This is the gun shop that I bought 7.62 by 25 for $24.99 a box. Where's the Street View guy? Oh, is it not a gun shop anymore? Or is it just... That was like 7 years ago. Oh, is it not a gun shop anymore? I'm gonna be so sad. Oh. They went out of business because they were selling 7.62 by 25 for too cheap. No. This building right here used to be a drive-through gun shop. They have drive-through windows. You could like fill out your 4473 right there. Oh, I'm so sad. Does it tell me? Oh no, 2015. This is the business that went out of business to make it a gun shop. Oh, the gun shop could still be there. Oof. Goodness sakes, Google. Get your Google truck out to this like 2-block town in the middle of the mountains in Kentucky. Yeah, that's where I bought 7.62 by 25. For $24.99 a box, like 6 or 7 years ago. I want to. Are there no pictures of them actually like as a gun store? Oh, they have a Facebook page, but it looks like it may not work well. I should call them. I should call them. See if they have any more. They can ship it to me. It undoubtedly is not that cheap anymore, unfortunately. But it's always the gun stores that are like way out in the middle of nowhere that have the coolest stuff. And that's why if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you see a gun shop, always stop. Because it could just be some like random FUD behind the counter selling you a 10-22 as the best gun ever. Or or you can get really cool stuff. They also had a pawn shop there. Because if every small town has a pawn shop. Didn't buy anything there. I think the pawn shop guy could smell that we were out of town. Because the pawn shop in this random backwoods Kentucky town, you went in, nothing had a price on it. Like there was not a single price tag to be seen. So like you take some, be like, how much is this? And be like, $80. And be like, and put it back. He also didn't have many guns. I mean, he was like right down the street from the gun store, so people probably did that business there. I need to go traveling again. So that I can stop at random gun shops in the middle of nowhere. Man, I can't believe it was that long ago. Goodness sakes. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, 22. Has anyone done any 22 TCM versus 7.62 by 25 ballistics tests? Maybe I need to do one. 22 TCM versus 5.7. Oh, and 7.62 by 25. Paul Harrell.
Hi, we're out on the range today and the ambient temperature is 13 degrees, so bear with my gloves, and please bear with gunfire here in the background. Now, I've done several presentations featuring the FN57 in caliber 5.7 by 28. That's led to a lot of people asking to see a comparison between 5.7 by 28 and 22 TCM and 7.62 by 25. So here we are. This comes with a few caveats.
Good, I'm glad people were asking
being
this
that today's comparison is not
5 years ago.
fair. Because of the lack of popularity of these calibers, there isn't a great deal of ammunition selection on the market, so I'm going to have to compare ammunition from different manufacturers and in some cases different projectile weights. Also, to make a truly fair comparison,
5.7 is going to be way smaller.
Two handguns that are identical except different calibers.
Especially than 7.62 by 25.
I don't have identical handguns to shoot these different calibers. For 5.7 by 28, we have the FN57. For 22 TCM, the Rock Island Armory 1911 A2, and for 7.62 by 25, a CZ52.
CZ52 are cool. I've almost bought one of those a few times.
Barrel length, and our barrel lengths are not the same. For the FN57, it's 4 7/8. For the 1911, it's 5 inches.
5.7 is the wimpiest of the bunch.
For the CZ52, it's 4
Oh yeah, for sure.
So they're pretty close, but not exact.
I don't really care about the 5.7 part.
That today's comparison
I just want to see the 22 TCM versus
7.62. Fair. Let's get on with it. And the first thing I want to do is show you a close-up of what these different cartridges look like. From your left to right is 9x19, 38 special, 5.7 by 28, 22 TCM, 7.62 by 25, 40 Smith & Wesson, and
I thought 22 TCM was longer than that. I mean, I don't think Paul Harrell would lie to me. In my mind, it was like the same length, maybe a little bit longer than 7.62 by 25.
45 ACP. You can see that the 5.7 by 28 is a longer casing than the 22 TCM, but the TCM is a larger diameter. Also, the 5.7 appears to have a larger projectile. No, these are both 40 grain projectiles, compared to the 7.62 by 25's 85 grain projectile. Now, a question comes up occasionally, why do I include other cartridges that aren't part of today's presentation? And that's so that if you haven't seen cartridges like the 5.7 by 28 or the 22 TCM, you can compare them to other cartridges that hopefully you have seen.
Makes sense.
So now that we've seen what our cartridges look like, let's compare our velocities. And we'll start with our FN57, which is loaded with the FN SS197 SR ammunition, which is a 40 grain VMAX projectile.
We're testing velocity right now. 5.7 should win on velocity.
1578. 1678. 1638.
22 TCM 9R fits in 9mm mags. Interesting.
1673. And 1654. Now let's see how that compares to a 22 TCM. For 22 TCM, I have this Arms Corps ammunition, which is a 40 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. $21.61. $21.77.
I already forgot what he clocked the 5.7 at.
$21.15.
Very, very, very speedy though.
$20.68. $20.88.
Like Mach 2.
And $21.30. That's some impressive velocity, but did you notice we had a couple of malfunctions? And whether or not that's because this pistol is still really new and hasn't quite broken in yet, or whether it's a piece of junk, is yet to be determined. And for 7.62x25, we have Winchester White Box, 85 grain full metal jacket.
Winchester White Box 7.62x25. Winchester. Why don't you make that again?
1532. 1546. 1538. And 1543. Now let's go crunch the numbers.
Alright, number crunching time.
Crunch the numbers, and here's the results. And of course it comes with a couple of caveats, such as chronographs don't always agree with each other, and certain environmental factors like elevation and ambient temperature can affect chronograph results. Also, in shooting
What is the column on the right?
5.7x28, did you notice that one of those shots had a velocity that was a lot less than all the rest? Figuring that that was a bad round or perhaps a chronograph malfunction, I left that one round out of.
Be honest, do I really want Winchester White Box
So with that, the numbers we
7.60x25?
got were with 5.7x28 a mean velocity of 16.75.
Yes.
With a
I mean, not
22
personally,
21.23,
but I want it on the market.
458 feet per second more out of the same weight
Because
of projectile.
whenever something's on the market, it drives down the prices of its
You see a
competitors.
lot less velocity at 15.31, but remember that's an 85 grain projectile, more than double the weight of the projectile in the other two calibers. Now, in computing energy foot-pounds, with the 5.7x28, we see 246 energy foot-pounds. With the 22 TCM, with a much greater velocity, we get 400 energy foot-pounds.
Foot-pounds, that's what the right column is.
7.62x25, even though a lot lower velocity, with a projectile weight that's over double, we get 440
Let's go
pounds.
7.62x25,
So it
decisive
would appear
victory.
the bottom line is the most powerful is the 7.62x25. But right
Which
about
is
now,
unsurprising.
when someone says this whole thing isn't fair because this SS-197 SR ammunition that I'm using for the 5.7x28, many people consider it to be a low-powered or low-quality ammunition. I'm using it because the 40 grain projectile is consistent projectile weight with the 22 TCM ammunition I have, and because this configuration is the most common type of 5.7x28 ammo I see at the stores. But in the interest of being fair, let's go back to the chronograph with a different type of 5.7x28 ammo and see if we get any better performance.
Now for our FN57, we'll try this FN SS-198LF ammunition, which is a 27 grain projectile, and let's see how we do.
Smaller cross section, and this is with penetration.
2136.
I mean, there are
2102.
AP 7.62x25 rounds. I don't think I've ever seen one in person.
2059.
But they do exist, theoretically.
2073. 2072. And 2102. Now let's
This
go crunch
one's moving
those.
like Mach 2 now as well.
Well, I crunched the numbers, and now with our 5.7 we're getting a mean velocity of 2,000.
It got a lot faster.
That's only 33 feet per second less than our 22 TCM, and well within the variation of one round to the next. Also, a difference of 33 feet per second doesn't mean much when you're talking about velocities over 2,000. But to get that comparable velocity, we had to go down to a 27 grain projectile. So in computing our energy foot-pounds, we're still only getting 261 pounds. I think we can safely say
I think
that the 22
this
TCM
surprises
is
nobody.
significantly more powerful than 5.7 by 28.
It surprises nobody
However,
who
to
knows
what degree, if
about
any,
ammos.
does that greater power turn into greater performance? Let's see if we can put that to the test. This is our meat target, which is pork chop pectorals followed by pork ribs, a bag of oranges to simulate lung tissue, more pork ribs on the back, and the whole thing followed by the new and improved high-tech fleece bullet stop. But today, instead of covering it with a t-shirt like I normally do, I put body armor in front of it. This body armor is labeled 3A. Previously, I have shot through body armor that was labeled 3A with the FN57, but there's also
I don't think that a standard
7.62
by 25
stopped projectile
is going to go through it.
So let's see what this body armor can do when shot from 7 yards with our FN57 loaded with our FN SS-197 SR 40 grain VMAX projectile ammunition.
That's not moving a lot. But also it is just 5.7.
Well, all of those projectiles were stopped by this body armor. Now, as I shoot this, I try to spread the rounds out, but that didn't work. 2 of them hit in virtually the same place, and it still stopped them, although just barely. However, our meat target does have some pretty big dents in it. So even
you'd
though
be
the bullets were
bruised.
stopped, he'd still be a casualty. So let's put this back together and try this
I don't
with
think
our
a
22
casualty.
TCM and see
We'd be
how
having
it
a
does.
bad day.
I've got the body armor rotated so I won't hit it where it's previously been damaged. And now I'll shoot from 7 yards with our Rock Island Armory 1911 A2 and our Armscore 22 TCM 40 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. And with the 22 TCM, all 4 rounds went through the body armor. Now, 3 of the 4 were stopped by the ribs on the front of the target, so obviously you'd be better off with the body armor than without, and the bullets were
22
completely
TCM,
fragmented.
better than
Let me show
5.7.
you a close-up of what they look like. And that's what's left of our 22 TCM 40 grain semi-jacketed hollow point projectiles. And now we'll try with our CZ52. And to reiterate, today's test will be to some degree unfair. And one of the ways that it's going to be unfair is this 7.62 by 25 ammunition is Winchester White Box 85 grain full metal jacket round nose. Let's see how this does from 7 yards.
If this outperforms, then it looks like it's stopping. I don't think that went through.
3 of our 4 rounds were stopped by the body
Oh?
armor, but even those projectiles that were stopped still mangled our pork chop.
One of them did go
Now,
through.
1 round went through, and it did a lot of damage to our pork chop pectoral. Hit our ribs on the front, hit a rib, shattered it, and the bullet went completely through the meat target, and because the body armor was kind of wrapped around the target, it was stopped by the body armor on the back of the target. So, stopping 3 out of 4 rounds, not
Round
bad.
nose 7.62 by
But we see
25
with
still
the
went
22
through.
TCM, even though it was a semi-jacketed hollow point compared to the 7.62 by 25 being a full metal jacket round nose, because the 22 is a smaller diameter projectile and going a whole lot faster, it had more ability to penetrate 3A body armor. Now let's try one more type of projectile. Now I've got a new meat target set up, and I'll shoot this from 7 yards with our FN57, but now I'm using this Federal American Eagle ammunition, which is 5.7 by 28, 40 grain full metal jacket spear point projectile.
Now he's using the
see what
fancy
this
stuff. I expect this to perform much better.
As I've said before, when you change ammunition, it can change your point of impact. In this case, it was so drastic that at 7 yards, I was still hitting about 5 inches low. A couple of those shots hit the table. So off camera, I fired a couple more shots so I could have 4 impacts on the body armor. And of those
That is
4,
that is a
2
significant
penetrated,
change in
went
point of
through our
impact.
ribs where the hit a rib shattered it and went on to do some extensive damage to our orange lung tissue. So it would appear that you can get some effectiveness against 3A body armor with 5.7 by 28 with the right ammunition choice. Just make sure that ammunition choice hits where you aim it. Now let's shoot a meat target that isn't
Automatic
wearing body
subtitles.
armor and see what
Gunshots
kind of
into applause.
So we're back to our regular configuration of leather jacket, skin, pork
That's pretty
chop,
normal.
rolls, pork ribs, bag of oranges, more pork ribs on the back, 4 layers of t-shirt on the front, 4 layers on
Sometimes
the
it'll
back.
say music though,
And
if
we'll
there's
shoot
like
from
a
7
ringing
yards
gong
and
in the
start with
background.
The FN57, and I'll use this SS-198 LF ammunition with its 27 grain projectile, and let's see what kind of results we get. Now these 27 grain projectiles appear to be hollow points when you look at them, but they don't really expand. However, shortly after penetrating, they do start to tumble, and the result of that is for our ribs on the front, we just have 5.7
for those who don't know, not all hollow points are designed to expand. Now, even some of the hollow points that aren't necessarily designed to expand, they do expand a little bit. But like the 5.7 hollow point, it doesn't expand as much as the hollow point drags more in a target, and it'll cause it to tumble, like you just said. So like things like the 5.7, you can get 17 HMR hollow points. They're not particularly designed to expand, because even when expanded, you're not getting that big of a hole. And so sometimes the hollow points are just made to make it tumble more.
But we get devastating effect to our orange lung tissue, and our ribs on the back have some sideways holes in them. Now, as far as penetration, 1 projectile was stopped by the ribs on the back of the target, 1 was stopped by the first layer of fleece, 1 went through to about the 10th layer of fleece, and the 4th one is in the fleece bullet stop somewhere. But as far as the 3 projectiles I recovered, let me show you what they look like. And here's the 3 projectiles I recovered, and you can see no deformation at all. So for a non-expanding small caliber projectile, they do a lot of damage. And now we'll shoot from 7 yards.
I am somewhat surprised at how little those
40 grain
deformed.
semi-jacketed hollow point.
Ballistic tip hollow points are for aerodynamic reasons. This is true. And the ballistic tip goes away as
Well, I've got the
it
meat
effectively
target
goes
taken,
away
and
as
what
soon as
we
you hit
see is
something.
A lot of damage to our orange lung tissue, very similar to what the 5.7 did. But because these are hollow points that are actually expanding, we got a lot more damage to our pork chop pectoral, and it just shredded the ribs on the front of the target. Now, as far as the ribs on the back of the target, all of the projectiles went completely through, and they were all stopped by the first couple layers of fleece. So it looks like our 22 TCM is doing significantly more damage to our meat target than the 5.7 by 28.
Fleece is doing work.
Now let me show you a close-up of these projectiles. And here's our 22 TCM 40 grain hollow.
Those are
points. You can
nicely
see a
mushroomed
great
there.
Expansion. On previous occasions, I've shot meat targets with the 5.7 by 28 loaded with the 40 grain VMAX projectile, so I'm not going to repeat that today. But looking at the results we got today, I'm going to say that the 22 TCM loaded with its 40 grain semi-jacketed hollow point.
Wait,
looks
762
like
by
it is doing
25.
more damage than the 5.7 by 28.
What about 762 by 25?
VMAX projectile.
That's what I'm here for.
So what's the takeaway from all this?
Aw.
Well, several things. First, not all
Aw. I wanted to see the 762 by 25 in that last test.
body armor is created equal.
Dang it.
Not all 3A body armor is created equal. In the past, with my FN57 loaded with that FN 40 grain VMAX ammunition, I've shot through 3A body armor, but today it did not go through. Oh, by the way, donations of body armor are greatly appreciated and greatly helpful. Thank you. Now, another thing we saw today is that the caliber 22 TCM is significantly more powerful than the 5.7 by 28. And although in terms of energy foot-pounds, the 7.62 by 25 is more powerful than either, Both of these, with their much greater velocity, are going to be longer range cartridges than the 7.62 by 25.
Longer
Now,
range.
something to add is that nothing I did today should be inferred in any way as a comparison or a review of any of these firearms. We were just comparing the ammunition. This Rock Island Armory 1911A2, which I purchased with donations to the Patreon account, thank you everybody, I've only got about 50 rounds through it. When I've got 250 rounds through it, that'll be the time for the review of the pistol. So until then, don't try this at home, and thanks for watching the 22 TCM versus 5.7 by 28 versus
Don't try this at home.
7.62 by 25 video.
You're shooting at the range. I'm gonna do that at home. I mean, not like at home, at the range. So, is there any 9 by 21 in the United States? Like any guns that shoot it? I've not seen one in person. Oh, SIG M49 in 9 by 21 on Gunbroker for only $4,000. You are gonna do it at home? Just need to open the window. I don't think I can recommend that per se. But you know, it's it's your house. You have free will. You can do that if you want to. Oh, Walther P38 in 9 by 21. Not me shopping for guns literally on stream. Not doing that. Problem is, if I buy a 9 by 21 gun, then I have to buy 9 by 21 ammo. Or just start reloading my own ammo. But both sound terrible. Although, why is 9 by 21 cheaper than 7.62 by 25? I'm being scammed here. Why is 9 by 21 cheaper? This is awful. What a terrible thing. Why would they do this to me? Everything is awful. Someone needs to make a parody. A parody of that Everything is Awesome song. Except about buying ammo. Everything is awful. Why not? Why not? You can see the backstop in your house? I mean, people have made at-home shooting ranges. I don't think it's a wonderful idea. I think Demolition Range did it. But you can have indoor shooting ranges. Usually it's like super rich people, and they've got like the shooting range basement. But I'm sure if you're careful, you could set one up in your living room. The backstop is outside. Oh, you're shooting like from your house to the outside? That's okay. Lots of people. I don't know about lots. Some people. Some people do that. I was gonna try to stick with lots of people do that, but I don't think I can do that. Steyr ASMR. All right. Let's set up ASMR mode. All right. Ignore the fan in the background. It's my computer. Oof. The reset on these is not wonderful. The actual pull is nice though. I'll stop talking through your ASMR. All right, there you go. There you go. ASMR mode deactivated. I do really need to do something about the computer noise. Also, I've got a bit of graphics card sag. I needed something for that as well. There you go. There was your ASMR. I hope it was as wonderful for you as it was for me. And if you liked that and want more, get people to follow, because at 500, at that milestone, we'll be doing a complete tactical ASMR, and I will have to rearrange for that, so that we don't have computer fan in the background the whole time. So, if you want me to actually rearrange everything, make my life harder, and you want tactical ASMR, get people to follow. How do I like this Steyr? How difficult is it to get accustomed to the sights? On like one good range trip is all it really takes to get accustomed to the sights. You can get replacement sights for it if you decide you don't like the sights. So like, you can just get standard like rectangle iron sights. But just one healthy range trip. The Steyr, I do really like it. My only problem is the reset. You could probably hear it on the ASMR. Like so we are still empty. So we pull. It's got like a really nice wall there, like super crisp break. The reset though. So here, hold on. We're gonna ghost this trigger. So we've got it pulled, and the reset. You hit the reset there. Like, I can tell where it is because I've shot this gun enough, but it's not a super crisp reset. Like, it's just ever so slightly. You just get a little tiny bit of something, and then you pull again. So like, it's super easy to miss that and just go all the way and be like, oh, I never felt that reset. But it did. It's just very. It's a very light reset. So other than that one little thing, like if you're an absolute just like trigger fiend and you need it to like be the crunchiest, crispy reset ever, probably don't get the Steyr. But if you want something that's like just super like pleasant to shoot, like low bore axis, like good ergonomics, highly recommended. Highly recommended. Also, I think they're still on sale. I got mine on an incredible sale. Oh, is it not? Is it not? It's not on sale anymore? They might have run out. They did run out. Yeah, Borelli had these. I guess it was a while ago that I bought it. It's not surprising they ran out. They had these for $375 on Borelli, which, like, if you're looking for like just deep discounts, every now and then Borelli will just like drop stuff. They're like, yeah, we're done with this one. We're gonna give it away. Will Tactical ASMR be hosted by the ex-Countess wearing glasses? Also, the glasses require white button-up blouse, black skirt, and pantyhose. Excuse me, sir. I would mention the meme when developers design barely disguised fetishes. But I don't think that's disguised at all. There are always model updates happening. And there is always the gender bend. You can have whoever you want at any time, as long as you have enough channel points. Disguised? Did I say disguised? Who's disguised? I don't remember the words I said. Yes, Tactical ASMR can be hosted by whoever you prefer. Garter belt optional? Uh-huh. Uh-huh, okay. See, eventually, once I get everything figured out, the plan is to be able to swap both Count and Countess, and also swap outfits for everybody as well, just with redeems, which would be very, very handy, not having to do that manually. But I need to learn software and do a bit of programming for that to actually work. I also have to finish models, so. Disguised? Oh, you mean you weren't disguising your fetishes? Fair enough. Fair enough. It's good to be honest. Also, me neither. Just want to let you know that. So, all of that, things in the future. So, if you want that to happen faster, I don't know what you should do. Like, hey, when's this happen? Hey streamer, remember when you said? A Steyr, very fun gun. Big fan. Also not too expensive. They're not $375 anymore, probably. But they're still around. Yeah, around a little over 500. Looks about. Ooh. Palmetto is Palmetto's website? Something wrong with it? Oh no, now it's fine. Just had to refresh. Yeah, so the Steyr A2 look like they're about 500. Not bad. Not bad. Not wonderful, but not bad. Apparently they're just out of stock everywhere, actually. Oh no, that's in stock. So in stock, about 500. What you're looking for? Did my computer fix itself not wanting to play YouTube videos? It did. It did. Hopefully it stays fixed. But yeah, we have been watching a few YouTube videos today. So that is very cool. I don't know why it wasn't working last time. I never quite figured out a definitive reason it wasn't working. But it is working now. I restarted my computer. There was a Windows update. That's probably what happened. So I did not watch the Thompson video from last time. Or is it the Thompson 30 carbine? Was it? Yeah. This is the one.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian. I am here
It
today
is
at
a
Cody Firearms
wide
Museum,
magazine.
part of the Buffalo Bill Center of the West up in Cody, Wyoming. I'm taking a look at some of the
Classic
guns
half-installed
in their
Windows
extensive and
update
very
breaking
cool
everything.
collection,
Yeah, that is
including
probably what it was.
This experimental Thompson submachine gun. Now this looks very much like a standard 1928 model Thompson, except for the magazine. The magazine's like too long. Well, the reason for that is this gun was built in .30 carbine. In 1939,
30-6,
the
that was the
Winchester
other one.
Company, a great many of whose guns
I looked
are
up
here in
308.
the Cody Museum,
At least I got the
Winchester Company
caliber.
developed the .30 carbine cartridge for the U.S. government. They were looking for an intermediate power carbine, something that would be better than a 1911 pistol that they could issue to
Girthy. This
support
is a
troops,
girthy magazine.
truck drivers,
Probably not
couriers,
as girthy as the
artillerymen,
30-6 though.
Other guys who didn't need a full-size M1 Garand rifle, but they did need something better than a 1911.
But it is
for
it
personal
is
defense.
wide.
A whole bunch of different companies submitted design proposals in 1940, and the Ordnance Department did a whole bunch of testing of them. One of the requirements was the guns had to be chambered for this new .30 caliber carbine cartridge. One of the others was that the guns had to weigh 5 pounds or less. Now,
There's
the Thompson
0%
gun
chance
was the
that
standard
wins
US
less than
submachine
that.
gun at the time,
That weighs
manufactured
less
by
than
Auto
that.
Ordnance. Auto Ordnance was concerned that it would lose a lot of its submachine gun business if this .30 caliber carbine was adopted and wasn't an Auto Ordnance product, because this would legitimately replace a lot of submachine guns in combat service. So Auto Ordnance actually submitted a design for a light rifle, which is totally different than the Thompson submachine gun, and we'll talk about one of those in another video when I have the chance to get my hands on one. However, kind of as a backup plan, and maybe just as a proof of concept, they also submitted a Thompson submachine gun, this one, in fact, in .30 carbine. The barrel obviously is different, the magazine is obviously different, the bolt, of course, is different to fit the cartridge, and the receiver is slightly different to fit the longer magazine well. However, all of the other parts are totally standard Thompson parts. The sight, the stock, the grip frame, the firing assembly, the magazine release, all of that stuff was standard Thompson submachine gun material. The idea here was to show that this gun could be manufactured with a minimum of retooling. Now the problem was this thing weighs like 10 or 12 pounds unloaded, which is, you know, double
10 to
or
12
a little more than
pounds.
double of what the U.S. military
mean, it's
requirement
not-
was for the gun.
it's not,
so
like, super heavy.
This one was submitted
But for
to
what it
the,
is,
the Ordnance
it's very
Department.
heavy.
And they basically took a look at it and went, that's nice. It's more than twice as heavy as we want. Thanks, no thanks. And that was the end of the testing. As far as I'm aware, these weren't even fired in military testing. Obviously, this didn't meet the requirements of what the government was looking for. But hey, it was probably not that difficult for Thompson to make it, so why not submit one as just in case sort of thing. So let's take a closer look at a couple of the bits. We'll check out the magazine. I believe it's a 15-round magazine. The requirements for magazine capacity changed over the course of the testing. But yeah, let's take a look at it up close.
Wish more companies would make guns in .30 carbine.
So the receiver here, of course, has to
Yeah.
be made longer and fit a longer magazine.
The problem is
longer
30 carbine is kind of an
and so our
outdated
markings on
cartridge.
here are hand stamped. Thompson
Like,
submachine gun.
there's some,
What's
obviously.
kind of interesting is that the caliber is not marked
It's
30
the
carbine.
ones
That
of the
wasn't
era.
official designation in 1941 when
You've
this
got
gun was actually made. It's
a
marked
couple
caliber
pistols,
30 short rifle
auto mag.
M1 self-loading cartridge.
It's another one as well.
Which was, I guess,
I don't
kind of the
remember what
working
it's called.
definition of the cartridge.
1911 style.
Now, the selector markings are the same as a standard Thompson. Serial number up here is 1. No way you're going to mistake that.
I'm an outdated cartridge.
And then on the opposite side,
I
we
mean, I
have
was
the
complaining
standard,
about how
machine
few
gun roll
7.62 by
mark for the
25
Auto
guns there were.
Ordnance Corporation, because they were able
So-
to copy that.
so-
That's the same marking as they'd have
Yeah,
on the
you're
standard
not
Thompson
entirely
gun,
wrong.
as well as the various patent numbers.
Oh, the
rear
30
sight
carbine
on this
Galil.
experimental gun is a standard
Oh, what was that one
1928
called?
model,
The Magall.
Lyman rear
The
sight,
Magall,
like Thompson
yes.
was using on all the regular pieces. Now, of course, it's the magazine that is really interesting and different here. As I mentioned, the magazine catch is exactly
Having
the
one of
same.
those would
It's
be
this
very cool.
somewhat awkward Thompson system where you push up on this lever and it releases this catch inward. Unfortunately, I don't have any 30 caliber dummy cartridges to load in this to demonstrate, but I think you get the idea. This was a double stack magazine. Right, not entirely sure on the magazine capacity here. This may have been 15. This may also have been a 20 or 30 round, or maybe even 25 rounds.
There's no way that was a 30 round.
A lot of the guns that were submitted
I don't
to
think.
the M1 Carbine Trials program had a wide variety of magazine capacities.
You want more
magazines
M1 carbine?
with them, everything
Like
from
utilitarian
5
carbines?
up to 50 rounds.
They're band state approved, but not
the
ugly?
carbine cartridge is a pretty narrow one, so this is a
Band state
narrower
approved
magazine
and not ugly?
typically expect to see.
Man, you're
Definitely double stack.
You're asking for a lot
And
there.
then, of course, it's got the big hole in the back here, which is the locking tab for the Thompson system. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I always, of course, enjoy getting to take a look at
Possibly
some
the only
prototype
non-bullpup
guns like
gun.
this,
We've seen that, the
even
Cutlass
ones
grip.
that were
The
dismal failures for what they were intended to be used
The
for.
Uzi Pro has a Cutlass grip.
If you enjoyed the video, please
And it's not
consider
a
checking out
bullpup.
my Patreon account. That's what helps me travel to cool places like the Cody Museum to take a look at guns like this and bring them to you. And, of course, if you should ever find yourself in the vicinity of Cody, Wyoming,
It is still
absolutely
IWI.
stop and check out the Buffalo Bill Center of the West and
Oh, hitting buttons. Yeah, the that one. That one. That one. Look that one. Look at that one. There you go. The Uzi SMG, Uzi Pro SMG. Picture does not get larger when I click on it. Cody Museum is awesome. I need to go to the Cody Museum sometime. I've been wanting to go there for a long time. I just haven't yet. Go? Just go. I need to. I need to at some point. The problem is that traveling is expensive. Right now. End stream, start driving. I can't. I have to be here when to receive gun. Because USPS found one of my guns. Not the other one yet. But they found one of them. So I have to be here when it arrives. While not technically a bullpup, the magazine is not for it. Oh, okay, no. A bullpup isn't about the magazine. It's about the chamber. The chamber has to be behind, not the magazine. Because if the magazine being behind the trigger is all that makes something a bullpup, then like 99% of pistols are bullpups. And that's not right. A lot of PDWs would be bullpups as well. The chamber, which would be like right here, has to be behind the trigger, not above, not in front, but behind. This is not a bullpup. And you have Cutlass grip. I need one of these, except they won't give it to me. I'd even be okay with a semi-auto one. With the suppressor. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Got little foldy grip, folds up into there. Folds up into your Cutlass. Folds up into your Cutlass finger guard. Very cool. Actually, you know what it reminds me of? Now that I'm thinking of it. Now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see if I can. I don't know their international website name. Uh... What is Chiapa's international website name? Oh, it doesn't matter. We found a picture of it. Now, obviously, there's a lot of differences. But hear me out. Hear me out. Here, little PDW. Uzi does not have the collapsible stock, but they both have the kind of folding front vertical grip. The rail on the top, the weird little side rail on the front. Side charging. Similarities. I mean, the cutlass grip you haven't seen on another gun that has a magazine forward of the pistol grip. Yeah, I'm trying to think of one, but all I can think of are bullpups. Which was your point? There must be more. There may be another one, but that is a rare feature on not bullpups. I did a Google image search. I'm just getting like the weird sword guns. And just swords. Oh no, that was a bullpup, wasn't it? I almost thought of one, but then that was a bullpup too. It is a very distinctly bullpup. Distinctly bullpup feature. Which is probably why, like, the unbullpupped, like, edits are still so obviously like bullpup. Because half of them still have the cutlass grip. Like the unbullpupped AUG, it still has the cutlass grip, which is kind of neat. Kind of swanky. I would probably buy an unbullpupped AUG, I'm gonna be honest. I think there would be much point when the magazine is providing much of the protection that the cutlass grip would provide. Yeah, that therein is the reason. Also, if you have a cutlass grip, then you can't have an AR grip on your thing, because then you have to attach your grip up there. And we all know, every YouTuber says it, that like everything has to have an AR grip. Which is awful. Have I seen the unbullpupped MDR? Probably. But I can't think of it off the top of my head. I mean, I can imagine it, because I know what an MDR looks like. But I can't remember specifically seeing a picture of one. That's your guess of why nobody has bothered? Yeah, that is a very, very good guess. Also because if you don't have an cutlass grip. If you do have a cutlass grip, you can't have an AR grip. And everyone needs an AR grip. Just listen to TFB TV. Like every time on TFB they have a gun that doesn't have an AR grip, they're like, and this needs an AR grip for the American market. I'm like, no, no, I don't do that. That's wrong. I don't want to see that. Then you end up with things like this. Fire up CAD, make your dreams come true. It is true. You can make anything your heart desires. I can't remember his name. Which YouTuber is it that's making the 3D printed ARs? The Orca rifles? With the super safeties. I don't remember the guy's name. Hoffman, that's it. That's the guy. The cutlass grip would probably look pretty good on that gun. The Orca. Yeah, so this guy right here, because it's got kind of the swoopy curves and everything anyways. So have another swoopy curve down here on the grip. I think that'd work.
The goal of this project was to print as many of the part of the firearm. That's the part we normally print when printing AR-15s. We normally buy completed uppers and other components. But here I wanted to take it a step further. So the lower and the
also, I watched a video of this guy before, and he was like barefoot. Is he?
Receiver, the handguard.
Is he still insane?
Nut, the buffer tube, the stock, your castle nuts, end plates, takedown pins, all of those components have been replaced or made unnecessary by the 3D printed parts. So the scope of this build is a lot bigger than just a 3D printed.
It is 3D printed. So if you want to put a cutlass grip on here, go for it. He's always barefoot. God, what a barbarian. That's crazy to be barefoot at the range. Actual unhinged behavior.
Lower receiver. Now the reason I'm doing this video is to let you guys know that this platform is now available for you to print. So I'm not going to give you any links or anything direct here because YouTube and we want to stay on the platform as long as we can.
This has been up for a year and he said that I can print this at home.
The Orca is the name of the project, so the Orca version 5.3
range. I mean,
release version.
He's got a target set up back there. It's where he shoots. It's definitely his range.
Check out my website. Just Google is your friend, as I said. And you can print this yourself. It is a documented project. It's a lot of detailed instructions, so this should be a pretty awesome build. If you're interested
Is he insane? He's building guns using hose clamps? No. And building guns with hose clamps is based. Not wearing shoes at the gun range is insane. Those are different,
this
you see.
Was not without its issues. We fixed most of them, and right now it's actually been running extremely reliably with reasonable accuracy. I still have to do more testing with accuracy as we go on with the newer versions, which I have several of them right here to do testing with as we move forward. You can check out some of my earlier videos I did with an earlier version doing accuracy testing with it. We actually put quite a few rounds through it. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link.
You need to build a ghost gun at some point.
So go ahead and do that. This is, as I said, a lot of testing was done on this. We did a couple months of
I have a nice paperweight that just needs a little bit of drilling.
Definitely, I am very interested
Not
in
need,
the people
like,
in the community who
third
are
holes or anything like that
for themselves. Any little issues you have, please let me know. Head out to my website. You can contact me there. Shoot me an email, social media, whatever. Let me know what issues come up, what failures you have, and we want to continue improving the Orca as we go to make it as effective as we can. I wanted to make this build as accessible as possible, so most of it can actually be printed with ordinary PLA Plus. This is the Polymaker PLA
Good
Pro.
luck building
the
just
parts
one.
That will need to be made from a more high-grade filament is the barrel mount, which
the only
is
reason I
clamshell
haven't
that actually
built
captures
any
the barrel, inside of the
is
upper
because I'm
receiver. That
lazy.
really should be printed from a polycarbonate or a carbon fiber nylon,
Which is
what I
incredible,
use. Because
it's super easy.
Stronger than ordinary PLA Plus. The clips are the tapered mounts that hold on the handguard and the buffer tube and the stock.
I just need
the
to
receivers, and they're very
do
important,
it.
That they're a strong plastic. I've been using a polycarbonate, so I recommend that. All of that is in the documentation for you to read on. If you can't print with,
I do have, where is it? I do have this nice paperweight, that is sitting here, waiting to be made into not a paperweight, which is the easiest thing ever. I just haven't done it. But I want this to be like a, I don't know, I want to make this into a weird like Frankenstein build. Since we already have the just bare metal unfinished lower. You drill some third holes. Drill press or router jig? A hand drill. Hand drill. Because I want to prove that I can. But yeah, router jig if you want it to be as accurate as possible. Drill press if you want a good midpoint between hand drill and router. And hand drill if you hate yourself and also want to do it because you can. Drill press. Yeah. I also need to decide if I want to just like eyeball it. Not really eyeball it, but I need to decide if I want to actually get a jig or just do it completely by myself. Yes, I do have. I have a 3D printer. I could print a jig theoretically, at least. I don't make much on my 3D printer, except little trinkets. I've showed this before. Little death whistle guy. Sounds like horrible supernatural screaming, except it's a whistle. They do have printable jigs. Yeah, jigs also just aren't very expensive. And I have more confidence in somebody else's injection molded jig than I have in my own personal 3D printer skills. You'd watch Countess do a jig, I'm sure. I am sure you would, wouldn't you? I can watch Countess do jigs whenever I want to. Just I don't want to brag or anything, but whenever I want to. Yeah. I'm just holding that on the side like a deranged set of brass knuckles. How about jumping jacks? If those also can happen. Those also can happen. Once I get everything all figured out in Warudo, all of the integrated swapping and with redeems and all that everything, then maybe. Also possibly in Warudo, there is. I don't have the ability to currently, but there is the integration for being able to set up trackers, so that theoretically maybe at some point in the future, full body tracking and moving around, like the cool VTubers. We never go back to the 30-06 Thompson? No. I I definitely forgot. Oh, the 2-minute video.
Toyotathon is on. Pat Loeb's Toyota of McKinney. Now
Toyotathon.
any new Tundra or Tacoma. Get a custom lift package.
Stop.
Way out of the picture so you can see how long the barrel was.
There we go.
Way out of the picture so you can see how long the barrel was in this particular gun.
It is
This
huge.
is probably one of the most interesting experimental Thompson guns ever built. The caliber of this gun.
I wonder where it is now.
30-06. This gun is probably the oddest and rarest of all the experimental models of the Thompson guns. This gun utilizes a modified VAR.
I wonder how much it weighs.
with oil pads on the sides of the magazine, as were the earlier Thompson rifle. The cartridges still must be lubricated, as this rifle is a blowback weapon. Did he just say direct blowback at 30-06? That is unhinged. Yes, that's what I said. Blowback. In a 30-06 rifle caliber.
Rest in peace, your brass. Rest in peace, you.
Unheard of in any military or firearms design circles. But they made a few changes in this gun which made it seem possible. One of the ingenious devices invented for this rifle to get it to function with the 30-06 in a blowback mode was what I call the reciprocating friction bolt, which we can see by removing the magazine from this gun.
Friction bolt. That seems like a bad idea.
You can see there are spline cuts into the bolt extension. When the bolt is pulled to the rear, it is shown that the bolt face acts like a plunger when the cartridge is chambered. So, when the cartridge was chambered and the bolt plunger was pushed back into the bolt, it spread the bolt extension apart, which created friction within the chamber extension. In addition to using this unique novel approach, they increased the tension in the recoil spring enormously. This is strictly an...
Is this the bolt sticking out? Like, does this part reciprocate? Based on the weight of a normal Thompson, this thing has to weigh as much as a black hole. This thing has to weigh like 25 pounds.
experimental model and doesn't even have the rear sight installed.
Also, if this is part of the bolt carrier sticking out, this is going to be like kissing your cheekbone every time you shoot it. By kissing, I mean just like absolutely just bludgeoning it.
As a student of firearms, I have to really wonder whether this
Static
firearm
housing,
really
buffer
works,
tube?
whether it would
I
be
hope
safe to
so.
shoot in the powerful 30-06 caliber or not. But the gun is too valuable to risk even that kind of experimentation. Because as mentioned right here on the side of the receiver, this gun is an experimental gun made in 1943. Even though this is the only 30-06 Thompson in the
I definitely would shoot
know,
some light
still
30-06
stands
through
today
that.
as an example of Auto Ordnance's dedication to provide a full caliber automatic rifle based on a simple locking mechanism.
Auto Ordnance? I wonder if this is still in Auto Ordnance collection somewhere.
Way out of the picture so you can see how long the barrel was in this particular gun.
It's got to be so heavy. Oh my goodness. High velocity kiss. Yeah, hopefully it's a buffer tube. But hold on. So the bolt is forward right now.
Experimental Thompson guns ever built.
And it's sticking out a couple inches. Look for where's the bolt back?
Enormous. I have to really wonder.
Here's the bolt back. And it's sticking about okay. So yeah, it is a static buffer tube.
Whether this firearm really works, whether it would be safe to shoot in the powerful 30-06 caliber or not. But the gun's too valuable to risk.
I mean, still the position of this, that's like right where your face would be. It would, if nothing, it would still be in the way. Tube, bolt forward, yeah.
That kind of experimentation. Experimental gun, made in 1943, was what I call the reciprocating friction bolt, which we can
Where is she?
see by removing the magazine from this gun.
If it's still at Auto Ordnance, then I don't know, I feel like Gun Jesus would have done a video on it already. Although, yeah, he's still making videos, so there's still stuff to be made videos about. Good sentence. Good job. Good job, Count. We also have the unbullpupped MDR. I can say confidently, not a fan. No worse than the DP28 tube. Maybe. I feel like the DP28, the tube was further forward. No, it's the DPM. DPM had the tube hanging out the back. Yeah. I need a good picture of it from the side. Oh, that's okay at least. So the DPM, because the DP28 didn't have that. The DP28 had the recoil spring up here. The DP28 though, you do have this sticking out the back, but the stock kind of curves around it. The Thompson here has Thompson stock.
30. Experimental model.
Like you've got this sticking out and then it just curves away from it. The DP28 kind of goes around it and back up, so you're at the same level as it. What? Too many tabs. This goes away from it. The DPM stock curves around it, comes up so it's pretty much in line with it. It doesn't keep curving down and just leave this sticking out. I need a better picture, more zoomed out. We can see the length of pole there. There we go. So you can see you've got the DP 2728 and the DPM back there. So first of all, the stock doesn't do the Thompson thing where it just slopes down on either of them. But you can tell from the DP 2728 to the DPM, they cut out a bit of this cheek riser to make room for that. But it still kind of comes up and around that. Like, is it ideal? Not really. But it's better than just like sloping away from it and just letting you have to completely deal with that on your own. Designers. Should be long enough receiver. Narrator voice. It was in fact not a long enough receiver. I mean, originally, the original gun design, it was long enough. Because, well, that's not where the recoil spring was. The recoil spring was up under here, in front of the receiver, not behind it. But then in the modernization process, obviously they added the pistol grip. I thought they moved the bipod as well. Maybe not. Maybe they just changed how the bipod attached. They changed something with the bipod. I don't remember what. Forgotten Weapons has a very good video on it. The big change is that though. This and the pistol grip. So, like the original, it was perfectly fine, and they modernized, and much in Russia fashion, they were like, "Yes, move there." Like AK, make shoot far. Recoil spring, move here. They're like, good enough. It works. Very, very Russian of them, but originally, very nice, very good. Less ideal, but with pistol grip. So, interesting trade-off. I need one of these. I need one of these. It is one of my bucket list guns. DP 2728 or DPM. Personally, I prefer the look of the 2728. But I think the DPM is slightly easier to get in the United States based off like parts kits and stuff. I could be wrong about that. Either way, I need to get one of them at some point. At some point. New batch of DPM parts kits made in it. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me. I mean, do tell me. I want to know. But don't tell me. Where are they? Who's selling them? Apex? Arms of America? Apex has cutaway DPM parts kit. I don't really want a cutaway. I want one that actually works. Wait, you can buy just the magazines for that cheap? Wait. Hold on. Arms of America. That's the DPM. What do you mean CAPTCHA verification has failed? Fine. Fine. So Arms of America currently has some DPM parts kits with accessories. Looks pretty cool. Blitzkrieg Firearms? You think they're on Gunbroker as well? JNC. Oh, there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. Theirs are expensive though. These guys have some. They're out of stock. I'm not sure what I would need in order to actually... I need to look into it. Into what actually is required of me for doing one of these ones. Like, obviously you need... I don't think... No one's making any DP28 or DPM receivers, are they? That I don't I don't think that's a thing that's happening. If someone's making receivers, this gets a lot easier. But I don't think anyone is. People selling cut receivers. I don't need a cut receiver. SMG can re-weld receivers? Yeah. Which, I mean, it's more authentic anyways. Re-weld? Goodness sakes. Is that $1,000 re-weld service? Guess I haven't looked at re-welding anything of that size, so... So looking at just parts kits. Purely guessing. Parts kit, receiver re-weld, and also probably assembly because there's a lot of parts you have to press on. Probably going to be looking at over $3,000 pretty easily. Getting DPM put together isn't cheap. Yeah. And that is why I do not have one. Complete build service, 3,600. I don't need complete build service. I just need like all the parts that need to be press fit and stuff. Which I guess on Russian guns is probably more because they have a lot of rivets and stuff. Also out of stock. All of the DP series complete rebuild services are out of stock. They also do FG42 in batches. I have seen those. Not like in person, but I have seen them on the internet. Which is FG42 is very cool. And I would like one. But for some reason, the DP28 just like I don't even know why. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why. It holds a special place in my heart. It just tickles my tism in exactly the right way. It's wonderful, and I love it, and I need one. I probably should at some point get a parts kit, because parts kits do dry up. Although I think the DP28 and DPM parts kits are going to be trickling for a while. But I need it. I need it. You think they switched between the two? That would make sense. To not have to switch your tooling back and forth between two different customers' orders. Switch back and forth all the time. So it's like, hey, for these couple months, we're gonna be all tooled up for FG42s. And then for the next 2 months, we're gonna tool up for DP28s. Etc. It does make sense from a manufacturing kind of like shop standpoint to switch between the two. Makes a lot of sense. You've seen the belt conversion kit on pre-order? Yep, see, why would you belt convert a DP28? Like one of the big iconic pieces is the dinner plate magazine. That's why it's called the DP28. You're gonna have a belt fed. You should call it the BF28. I don't know. It's not the dinner plate 28 anymore. I do very much enjoy the Pan magazine. If I got it, I would not belt convert it. It's not a permanent attachment. You can swap between the two. But why would I want to, you see? There's so many other guns that are supposed to be belt fed that are really cool like that. Also, more costs to go with the DP28 is you have to buy 7.62 by 54. Enough to feed a Pan magazine. Which is not as much as it takes to feed a belt fed. But it's a lot. I probably have enough 7.62 by 54. How much do I have? I could fill one Pan magazine. Inventory in my mind. I could not fill two though. I could get close. I think I have about 100 rounds of 7.62 by 54, which is not enough. I need to get more. They weren't so expensive. Thanks, import bans. Also, 50 of those rounds are armor piercing. So, not planning on shooting those anytime soon. But I could almost fill a Pan mag with them. Because they hold 54 rounds. I do very much I do very much enjoy large guns, of which I need more. I have probably my largest gun is just a bolt action. Bolt actions. Oh, excuse me. The battle rifle bug. I kind of have it. Luckily, the prices of battle rifles are keeping me off that. But I do have the Robinson 308. That's battle rifle for sure. Wish SBR would make more of the Match 54R API. Yeah. I don't think they will though, because AP is now like somewhat federally regulated, which is dumb. First of all, but that's why that stuff has gotten so much more expensive and more rare recently. On the topic of Soviet machine guns, you want one of those Type 73. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's just North Korean PKM? PK? Bren gun thing? Yes, Bren gun thing. Convertible between top fed magazine and belt. Yeah, so there we go. So kind of like how the M249 can swap between belt and mag fed, although it's mag fed from like the bottom side ish. This one's fed from the mag on the top. I don't think the conversion is it as simple as the M249 where you just shove the magazine in there and then it works, theoretically? Or is there actually like some pieces you have to convert? I don't remember. I don't know much about it. I know that it at least exists in small quantities. And I wish you the very best on getting any sort of North Korean gun of any kind. Oof. Oof. Very North Korean. You think so? Been a while since you watched the Forgotten Weapons video? Yeah. That is how it is. I feel like every time I watch a Forgotten Weapons video, a different Forgotten Weapons video leaves my brain. There's so many of them. There's so much knowledge that my small, smooth brain cannot hold all of it. Oh, goodness. I can't be yawning yet. It's not... Oh, well, later than I thought it was. I forgot I started stream so late today. Yeah, stream was supposed to start way earlier than it did. But I am bad at following my schedule. Someday I will be better at following schedule. That day was not today, apparently. Tomorrow though. Tomorrow will be the day. Be on time for stream. Goodness sakes, I'm starting to yawn a lot because I looked at the time. It's all in my head. I just gotta suppress it. You just want it to be this gun? What is that? This guy got the premium battle pass. I can't tell if that's just like entirely unfinished for some reason, or if this is just like a silver like paint. I can't quite see. No, the grip is still black there. Why is this one white? Chromed for parade use apparently. Huh. Alright, there's a couple more of them down here. There's 2 more of them down there at the end as well. Hey, you can tell who has the premium battle pass. Look at these scrubs. Look at these scrubs. They couldn't spend $5 on the battle pass. A parade gun, yeah. That's right. You'll probably save up for the DK production FG42 instead of SMG. They'll do the sheet metal receiver properly instead of a milled one. Hey, you gotta if you're gonna be forking out that much money, you may as well get the one that actually is correct, even if it's a little bit more. Carry handle, normal grip, blackened. Yeah, I can see the carry handle here. It's blackened and it's got like the 2 silver studs. These ones are just not as black. They may have the studs in them, but they're not shiny. It still just has like this standard sling on it, it looks like. They couldn't like turn out some like silk slings for it or something? Like you're gonna do all that but throw the standard sling on there? Come on. Come on. Unbelievable, really. Also, they're wearing like wreaths. They got the Temu ghillie cape. What are these? They've got like flowers and garbage in them. I don't know what North Korea's doing. Who knows? Who knows, really? I don't think North Korea even knows what they're doing. Non-parade guns appear to have non-blued muzzle. Okay. Like the little muzzle brake there. It looks blued to me. Maybe parkerized. Like you've got the shine coming down the barrel. That's just reflection. And it looks still like standard, like parkerized or blued to me. I could be wrong. looks stainless chrome. It also could be that none of them are actually like properly finished. And just whatever spray paint they sprayed these with is coming off the muzzle, because that's where the brake ports are. Who knows? It's North Korea. I think it's just the holes. Yeah, there are ports in it. But who knows? Lots of strange stuff in North Korea. Every now and then I'll see like a North Korean like box of AK mags or something that someone got. They'll sell them for like $90 each or something. So I'm sure if people can get crates of AK mags out, I'm sure that you could find a way to get one of these things out. Everything is possible with just a little bit of crime and a lot of money. Or it's North Korea, you probably don't need that much money. let's be honest. Yeah, lots of weird stuff. Weird North Korean guns. Although they also could just mostly be supplied by China. Oh, the yawns. The yawns are happening full force, goodness sakes. It might be getting to about time to wrap up stream for today. Sorry I started so late. I was supposed to, fully intended on starting earlier, but clearly it did not happen. But I do think we probably are going to be ending stream here. So let us see who we can raid. Yeah, gotcha. James. James doesn't usually stream about this time, does he? I think I don't usually see him streaming this late. Playing Subnautica. Man, a lot of people to raid today. I think we're probably gonna raid Gotcha today though. He looks like he's might be on for a while. He's playing gun waifu game, collecting all of his raifus. So we're going to raid a Gotcha. We do have raid. Oh. Raid messages for both those with and without subscription. So gotcha bit by the gotcha bug. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. It surprises me that it happened this late. It's just because he never started playing Girls Frontline 1. If he had started Girls Frontline 1, it would have been over long ago. But that is it for today. We'll be back tomorrow around 3-ish, probably 2:33 with some VoOP chat. That is Central Time. So that will be happening tomorrow. And then UPS they found my other gun, so that'll be here eventually. We'll get to introduce that.